Shall we please stand in for prayer and pledge? Praise God. Our Heavenly Father, we thank you, Lord, again for this day and your many, many blessings. We thank you for watching over us, and just being with us and helping us through every day. We pray, Lord, that you'll be with our first responders here in the county. We ask a special blessing upon them. We pray that you'll give them safety and watch over them. And Heavenly Father, we ask that you'll be with our employees at the courthouse, Lord, all over the county. Just be with them and help them, Lord, and protect them. Now, Lord, just give us the knowledge and wisdom to make the right decisions for our county. And we ask this in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, we'll call the meeting to order. All three of the commission here, Candace and Lauren, Luke's here. Any agenda?
Yes, under correspondence, we have Breeze Line, notice of change in pricing, Comcast, notice of change in pricing, state auditor, fire departments regarding West Virginia checkbook, courthouse facilities and ward, better division administrative services, Guilford down. And then under new business, we had the discussed change in commission meetings, the luncheon, the correction, the retirement correction, EMS fund, also the governor proclamation. I believe that was it.
Okay, do you hear a motion to pass the approve the agenda? So moved. I'll second. And I approve that also. Minutes, get an opportunity to read the minutes.
Yes. I did have a couple questions about that. And here I am. Sorry. Under the opioid money, under the opioid, I'd just like to have that in there, added in there that I did receive reports from Dr. Kerbos about the training that Tom spent. He's met with the squad.
You also mentioned Staggers House, but then you said, I something about you needed a report, so I didn't put the Staggers House comment.
Yeah, the Staggers House. And then there was a section, the sheriff discussing manpower, regarding manpower. It has in there about a motion and a second, but there's no who did it. It just says commissioner made motion to transfer the money, commissioner second. Okay.
Because I did not have that on my notes for the
That was on moving the money,
page for
transferring the money out of events and
holiday.
holidays into the overtime.
It was an interdepartment budget revision.
How much do you
Oh,
I thought I made the motion, but you.
I need to watch the video to make sure, because I didn't have that.
that's anything needs corrected that I have.
We hear a motion to accept the minutes?
With corrections.
I'll make the motion, accept the minutes with correction.
I second that.
And I approve that also. All right, public comments. Do we have any public comments today? For list. Well, that's whenever we get down to that.
No, these people,
They're not on the agenda for time.
Oh, they're not on there. I never,
If their name is.
I never looked in there and see who it is. Yeah.
I have,
Yeah, one.
there's 4 people on the agenda, and then.
we have 4 people that has this.
Yeah, we got one on the agenda. Brian's on there for, 5:20. But anyway.
The first time it's useful anyways.
Melissa Long, public comment.
My comment is on the water sewer rate hike that's going on in the Ridgely district. And I feel that it's too big of a raise all at once. And for those of us that don't use the minimum of the 2,000 gallons that's allotted, why do we have to pay the same amount as everybody else? If we're being charged for it, and then our bill is going to go from $74.42 a month, which is what mine is, to $97 and some change a month, and a lot of us are on fixed incomes. I'm one of them. And I don't feel it's right. It shouldn't have to be a 30.5% raise.
It's not a 30% raise. And your bill will go to minimum bill. They bring them to rate, I think 85.22 or 85 something.
It was on our water bills for the month of October that it was a 30.5% raise.
That's not correct. It's 20% water, 10% sewer. The 20% is just what your water bill is, and the 10% is just what your sewer is. It's not a 30% across the board. It's just a, oh,
That, to me, when I went to school, that adds up to 30.5%.
your new bill will be $85.22.
A lot of us can't afford that, that's on fixed
I
incomes that,
understand that.
that only have like $1,000 a month income.
Okay, I understand that, and I'm not gonna really comment on that, but I just wanted to clarify that it's not gonna be a $97 bill. It'll be 85.22.
But a lot of us still can't afford that. I mean, you got the price of food, the price of fuel is coming down a little bit, but not enough. Did anybody ever get the digits on the incoming and the outgoing for that place?
I have a lot
We
of-
deserve to have a copy of that.
I have a lot of that information.
Do we get a copy of it?
You can get it off the Public Service Commission website. This is where I've got mine.
Are they up to date?
Or I know they're up to the ending year, June 30th, 2025.
Okay. Can you give me the website for where I can, where we,
Public Service Commission. The esc.state.wv.us.
PSC.state. What was it?
.wv.us.
Okay.
And if you go on the right side, or on the left side, I mean, scroll down. I have to find it again. There's a lot of stuff there. But the reports and stuff are there. And you have to find the public service district.
I have another question on that. Is the workers' wages on any websites for us to check out? Like,
Not that I know
where can we find those at?
of.
We as the public are entitled to
Public
know.
Service District, that.
What, I'm sorry, what was
You have
that?
to ask PSD that.
Okay. Like, well, I'm asking that you don't raise it. Cause it's a lot for some of us that's on a fixed income. Even though it's only, you're saying only, what, $11? That's still a lot.
Our last meeting, it's in the minutes here, was 20% increase for water and 10% for sewer. That's exactly what's in our meeting.
That comes out to 30%.
That comes out to 30%.
No, it does not. You wanna add them together, it does come out to 30%, but you don't add them together. You average them. Your water bill goes up 20%.
Okay,
Your sewer bill goes up 10%. That does not add up to 30%.
how do you get that it doesn't? Because, I mean, when I went to school, 20 plus 10 was 30.
Yeah, but you're not adding the two together.
But both of them are going up, so that means they're going up a total of 30%.
Your water bill will go up 20 according to this,
Yes,
and your sewer bill will go up 10 according to this.
yes, that's a total of 30%,
30% over total. I agree.
which means my bill is going to be more than the 85 whatever change you're talking about.
85.22.
Yeah, you all's math is ridiculous. 85 what? Yeah,
85.22.
is that like exactly what it's gonna be, or is there gonna be
That's the exact
taxes and
amount.
all that?
That's the exact minimum, 85.22.
And that's for the 2,000 gallon minimum?
Yes.
Now, I'll be honest with you on this, and I'm not gonna lie to nobody, I'm gonna tell you exactly what's on this paper. Apparently, this is wrong. Because if a bill is 74.72, and I can show you this if you'd like to see it. If the bill is 74.72, they got it going up to 85.22 at 20% increase. Them numbers is not right. Come here.
That's what I'm trying to say.
No, they are not.
Do we have to have a math class here?
Yes.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, you do, because you're saying it's only
That's-
14%, makes a total of
All
30.
right, right there, 20%. It's got, it'll take your bill from 74.72 to 85, 20%. Now,
All right,
that's not correct.
Plus the 10% for
For sewer.
the sewer,
Yes,
which is
ma'am.
even higher monthly.
I
okay.
agree with you.
How about if I explain it this way? Currently, your water, just water alone, minimum, water minimum alone is 31.92.
Mhm.
It goes up 20%, 20.3%. That will bring it to 38.40 for your water minimum. Your sewer bill right now is 42.50. It goes up 10% to 46.82. Right? 46.82 plus 38.40 comes out to 85.22.
The- Our bill,
You're not taking your whole bill and adding 30% to it. You're taking part of your bill, adding 20%. You're taking the other part of the bill, adding 10%. That's where you get it at.
I don't mean to be a smart ass, but when I was in school, 20 plus 10 was
But you're
30%.
not adding them together.
But that's what even this is saying, 20% increase in water and 10% increase in sewer. That equals 30%.
Just your water goes up 20%. Just your sewer goes up 10%. Not both of them together adding
Gotta
30%.
combine them because it's gonna raise both of them, the entire bill, 30%.
I don't know what else to say. I mean, the best way I can explain it is your current water bill is 31.92, just the water. It'll go up 20%, 20.3% to 38.40. Your current sewer bill is 42.50. It'll go up 10% to 46.82. And it brings that total to 85.22.
The math still isn't adding up, but whatever. Thank you.
John?
Yeah, I got a question. Who owns, Frankfurt, service, public service?
Well, they control it.
It's a county.
It's a county.
In other words, you control it.
Well, we don't. I reckon you could say we approve a lot of the things that goes on there.
Those things that didn't, going in there.
I don't know too much about what they have done. Or is vehicles, is this what you're going at? What all they buy?
Well, true. I mean, it says chemicals and everything that's went up. Those, their, wages.
Yes, sir.
So who has control of it?
Well, the board and the general manager has the wages and that kind of stuff.
Another question, what happened to, appointing people in there every 4 years?
They're rotated through, yeah.
Same people been there about 30 years.
Other people haven't showed an interest. When an opening comes open, we need other people to show an interest.
Rejected when Mr. Stagg or Mr. Spiegel, recommended me go on the board.
Okay.
I'm not one of the good old boys, so. Thank you.
Jerry?
I just got a statement or two I'd like to share with you. After looking over some paperwork right here, I can see that our PSD is very much in debt, like $32 million in debt. I think that's close to the figure. I really don't know how we got there. Guess it really doesn't matter right now because we're there. And, we need a little bit more transparency about what's going on with the PSD. I'd like to know where, a lot of the money is going to. Understand that we no longer even operate the Fort Ashby plant. PSD, they subcontract that out now. And that's a question, why are we doing that? And maybe my suggestion is, I know we're not gonna be able to keep this PSD going at the race that we're going. I understand there's an increase coming. As much as we hate it, there's an increase coming. But I believe that we can compromise on a less of a raise. And I don't wanna see this, me and a friend was talking earlier today, we don't wanna see this going to a private company. Cause if a private, secular company gets a hold of it, like over in LaVale, Bel Air, you know, it's going to be quite a dramatic increase. People aren't gonna be able to afford that. My suggestion is since we are pretty close to bankrupt on it, why do we not get someone in to restructure the debt and find a pathway out?
We draw up with the board.
Somebody needs to do it.
He ain't here.
Brian? Brian, Amber?
That's Largen, but I didn't.
Larson? Okay, all right.
I'm scheduled to speak later.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Let's see. Wanda? Wanda, did you sign up to speak?
No.
Well, that is checked.
No, that's,
No, that's gone. I'm sorry. All right, sorry about that.
we know you always have something.
I have trouble. Yeah, we know you had something to say, always. Okay, nobody else signed up. Anybody got a comment? I'll give everybody an opportunity to make a comment because I think it's unfair. Okay. All right, if not, let's get down to the correspondence. Down here to the correspondence. You got the sheriff's monthly report there. You wanna look at it real quick? Pretty much you're doing you. Okay. And we got a letter here of resignation from our assistant administrator, Sandra. Stating that she is moving back to California. So. There is also we got a letter from the auditor's office pertaining to the changes to the volunteer fire department's audit authority to follow up. There's a lot there to read. I'm not going to go through it, but does anybody have a comment on that? No. Match for order of planning agreed upon procedures ending December 31st, 2023.
Full reports here, if anybody wants to see the whole report.
So. Breeze line. We got notifications of being provided to all residents, breeze line customers in your community outline of upcoming price changes. So. I don't see a price change on my paperwork.
I think so, Jerry there, the president. Yeah,
Who?
Jerry.
Yeah.
That's addressed to Jerry, so it doesn't sound like it.
Oh, I didn't look at the deer. I didn't look at the deer.
Oh, did it? Jerry, Joe, close enough.
There's the price changes right there, so. Base internet is going up from $81.99 to $85.99, then it goes from there. Everything's increasing. Okay, Comcast. They're also doing an adjustment on the pricing. Extended TV, Current 5809 is going up to 6584. So everything's increasing. We got a thing here from the state auditor's office about fire companies, volunteer fire companies who needs to submit their form 990. And it's gonna begin in January of 2026, and the way I understand it, it's gonna be every year.
They'll be on the West Virginia checkpoint.
Yeah,
We're using that for all the departments.
yes. You have,
Candace sent an email earlier this week. There's only a couple that haven't already done it. We'll make sure they follow it this week.
courthouse facilities improvement, authority. $100,000 award letter.
This is for the courtroom remodel that we applied for
Oh,
last
yeah.
cycle. So that's $100,000 grant, and I'll start working with Candace on the appropriate steps to take to bring that to you all. Mark, the actual contract back come in the mail, just the
No, I
letter.
just got this today, that's why I'm very long.
Okay.
This is the first time I've seen this. Is our regional jail bill going to, the rate of, is going up increasing? Did you read that?
Yeah, looks like it is.
If it goes up, this rate is determined to be,
It's still gonna be the same formula that we're using now.
Yeah, it is, but it's still gonna be up.
per inmate rate shall be set at 75.44. That's your tax dollars. Keeping criminals in jail that won't, and I don't know if you know this, but there is a state code in the state of West Virginia that if you go to jail, they can make you pay the first 30 days of incarceration. However, you can't get nobody to do it. So, just to give you a heads up, talk to your legislators and people in the county. The state should be paying this. The municipalities don't pay their jail bill. The state police don't pay their jail bill. Some state colleges don't pay theirs. If in fact, the Menlo County Commission has to pay this, your tax dollars. Last month was 47. Last month was 43 something, wasn't it? 43 something last month. And we did have it down real good, but now it's starting to climb again, so. Okay.
3,300, 43,000.
43,000. I'd be tickled to death if it's 4,300. Tim.
Yeah, I can imagine what it would.
Tickle me to death. Okay. So we'll go down to old business.
I don't know any board
We don't have-
appointments at this
No, I
time.
don't have any. No board appointments. Sir, if you would like to be, if anybody here, and what the comment you made, if you want to be on the board, contact the board and have them, or submit your name into it. I don't know when, the next term's up. You know right off, Lauren?
I mean, a lot of boards have term coming up every year.
A lot of them does.
Yeah, end of June, end of the year.
In June, they start office in July 1. So if anybody would be interested in getting on the board, they need some, yes, ma'am.
I did contact Lauren. Lauren forwarded me to you. I spoke to you in 2024. And you said you would let me know when the next PSD specifically board position came open to be considered. And I was never contacted.
Did we have a PSD this summer for Frankfurt? I apologize for that. That slipped my mind. If I don't write things down, it slips my mind.
Well, you told me
Right.
while you were on the phone. I'm gonna write this down right now because I will forget.
If you knew how often our phone rings.
Well, that's just the thing. It's like, it's not good enough to call you. So, and then Lauren at the time,
Give me your name, please.
oh, you'll know my name by the end tonight.
Oh, give it to me now.
Jennifer Dean.
Jennifer, oh, okay.
You can always submit a letter, even if it's not close to the term ending, and it can be kept on file.
Yeah, that's what That's what I'm gonna contact you after first year. Give me a minute. Huh?
Or should you go ahead and just submit a letter?
Submit a letter now, but I will contact you.
The problem is when there's an opening. There's like nothing sought, like in the public, we're supposed to know that you need people. And it's board members contacting people to get new people on the board. Because I was there when somebody got a phone call about something like that, and it was a board member contacting somebody who's already on other boards. What sense does that make?
What's your phone number, ma'am?
304-813-8769.
69?
Yes.
I will contact you.
How do we find out the responsibilities and liabilities of said board seat?
You're gonna have to talk to them about that, because I don't know. That is something I can't answer. Well, it's 5 o'clock, we might as well. If you want, you're on the list to talk to them. You can stand, stay seated, whatever, don't you really.
I think you can stay down. When the gentleman made the comment about the issues with the PSD and the money that's owed, your response was to bring it to the board. I'm telling you that the board is the problem. There is nothing that has been done. The people in the Ridgely area, Short Gap, Patterson's Creek, Fort Abbey have lost all confidence in that board. Why are we this far in debt? We don't know. When we asked for and submitted a Freedom of Information Act request to review the books to find out why we are where we're at today. Because last year, in 2024, they had a public meeting in April. And they said at that meeting, we see no more increases in the foreseeable future. I would think that one fiscal year later, that would have been foreseeable. And they said there was nothing coming. Well, then we get slammed with a 20% and a 10%. Where did it come from? How did we get to this point? So all I asked for was information leading up to us. We had several reasons brought up. We had, we needed reserve fund money for the loan. Well, that's not a new thing. We've always needed reserve fund money. Then it was a pump went back. Well, the pump's been back for 6 years and they've been told about the pump. So why was that not factored into their budgeting? The board itself openly admitted that they failed to plan for tariffs and inflation. I would think that's business 101.
When did they have their last increase? Do you recall?
Well, it was June of last year.
Last year. June 24.
So one of our biggest problems is transparency. Like I told them in 2024 during that meeting, I said, you put out there you need a rate increase, you didn't tell me why. The biggest way to make sure I show up the next meeting is don't tell me why you're doing it, I'll come find out. And I did. But their own website does not list their charges that they have, their fees that they have. Their own page says, in a court to comply with the Department of Justice ADA guidelines for archived web content, agendas published before are listed below. They don't even do that. So if you're handicapped, which the majority of the people that I've spoken to, you know, that actually want this to stop are handicapped. I had to go to individuals' houses to talk to them. You think you had a hard time explaining that increase here? Try doing it door to door. Try going out and explaining to people where their money went and why we are $32 million in debt. Public notices, when we brought that up, it's like, you put the public notice on the bottom of the bill, the part of the bill that we actually have to send back in because it has our account number on it. What sense does that make? What do most people do if they get something that has a date on it, like a doctor's card? They stick it on their refrigerator, they stick it on their calendar. You put it on the one part of the bill that's coming right back to you. It made no sense. The public meeting space was inadequate. I want to talk about the meeting that we had. It was inside the building. We were told that they did not anticipate the crowd. Yet I remember in April of 24, No commissioner was at that public meeting. No law enforcement was at that public meeting, but yet when we showed up just whenever, November 12th, first guy we was met with was law enforcement. And then we come in, we see 2 county commissioners there. We came to talk to the board. That's who we wanted to talk to. That's the answers we wanted was from them. And we were prohibited from getting them because they hid behind their accountant. The accountant actually led the meeting, which is completely against all West Virginia code. Robert Rules of Order says you as a chairman will run the meeting. He did not do that. The accountant opened the meeting, the accountant noticed people and said, okay, you're next, whatever. Motion was made, motion was seconded to suspend the meeting until we can find a facility that's large enough, like the fire hall, to house everybody. It was ignored. I yelled, point of order. I was ignored. They were not following anybody's rules. They were doing what they wanted. That is a major concern. When you don't even follow West Virginia code for a public meeting, it's chaos. And that's what ensued. Some people couldn't even get in the building. Some people just left. That gave us no voice.
Are they planning on having another?
Sir, they said that they would have another one. They promised us at that meeting, the chairman promised us that they would have another public meeting. They voted several days later to not hold that public meeting. So we still do not have a voice. We still have not expressed all of our concerns. We got no answers whatsoever. No financial data was brought. Correct me if I'm wrong, but as a public agency, anyone can come in, just like in the fire company, anyone can come in and say, I want to see your financial records. I want to know where my levy money is going. You have to open those. You have 5 days to respond. You have 5 business days to respond to me when I give you one of those requests. I was scoffed when I handed that request in. I was ignored. I have yet to hear from anyone. So just go and do your own thing. Just go by your own rules. Fees and rates are not posted on the website. There are sewer only customers, which I just found out about. I didn't know that. They apparently pay more money than everybody else. Why is the office not open? If you post a public meeting notice or a meeting notice, where is it at? Outside or inside? Is it inside the office? We can't get in several days a week. We can't get inside. Since COVID, they've been doing that. You can't complain to anybody because they'll hang up on you. They gave us no hard facts. It's just vague. Reserve accounts need funded. Okay, how much do you need? Why do you need it? Where did the money go? The workers need pay increases. Then we find out somebody got laid off. They said they needed two more workers because they were shorthanded. And then we find out someone got laid off and then somebody retired. So what's going on? The whole thing is that we don't know what's going on. We have no clue what's going on because no one will open the books and let us know. They have a duty as a public service district to respond to requests. They are supposed to be making sure that we have water and we have sewage. At the public service meeting, PSD and Commissioner Staggs stated that removing your lid to your water meter to check the usage was a federal crime. You were going to jail. U.S. Code merely states that tampering with intent to cause harm is illegal. West Virginia Code also addresses this. 61-3-44 states attempting to defraud or altering or obstructing or connecting to a water supply without passing through the meter is what is illegal. You may not operate the water shutoff valve without permission from the utility. So it's not a federal crime. So we're getting this information.
And you're getting this from the Frankfurt PSD?
Yes, sir, and Mr. Staggs.
I don't know, laws, I'll be honest with them.
I didn't either, so I looked
I
them
don't
up.
know.
So why was the Fort Ashby plant contracted out, as somebody mentioned? How does this cost PSD employees versus having their own employees? You know, and then here we are contracting out. I think their contracting out number went up to 400,000 this year, doubled from the previous year. And who do they have working in there? The same guys that left the PSD. So could we have like maybe retained those employees? Double billing this month. You wanna see the, all the mishandling of money? They double billed everybody this month by mail, $1,300 in postage alone, $1,300. You know what they blamed it on? A computer error. I've never seen a computer do it all on its own. Somebody hit that button. Not only was it postage, it was also the printer. Somebody printed those bills. Somebody took them to the office and had them done in at the post office. So how much did that really cost us? Does everybody know that in 2023, they had an EPA violation that had ruled against them to the tune of 20 grand? 20 grand would have went pretty far to fund that reserve fund. The other instances of waste, everybody has to have an address. I understand that. Why is the PSD continuing to keep their PO box in Wally Ford? Not only are they paying for the PO box, they are paying an employee. If you have an employee running errands for you, they're on workers' comp. So our most employee accidents, I'd say like driving, maybe driving in bad weather, but yet they have to go get the mail every day. That's a waste. That's an absolute waste. They get mail delivered to their box 6 days a week if they want it. If they want to suspend it for Saturdays, they can do so. And like I said, my Freedom of Information Act request, I can give you a copy of it. They never responded. Would you like for me to contact somebody higher up to get them to respond? Because we're talking about the Department of Justice. Or would you like to take care of it? You guys are ultimately responsible for this board. And that's the bad thing. You have put your faith in people that when they bring you requests for money, when they bring you plans, when they bring you operations, you are believing in them that they are doing the best for their community. $32.4 million in debt is not the best for our community. We are 3,100 customers, period. We have the highest in this region of elderly, 24%. That is who is being targeted, is our elderly with this, because they're not even using the minimum. They could put washing machines in and tell people, come wash your clothes, because I'm already paying for it, we might as well use it. I'm asking the county commission, and I know this isn't your fault, okay? Like I said, you have put your faith in people who shouldn't have had your faith. I'm asking you to remove the members of the Frankfurt PSD board. Since the citizens of Frankfurt District have no confidence in their abilities to manage our utilities or our enormous debt. We are more than double in debt of what other PSDs our same size are. At the very least, you as a governing agency should have a board watching over them.
Agreed.
So you got a watchdog group to go over their books. If you don't want to release them to everybody, you don't want to put them all on the internet, fine. Appoint a watchdog group to go in there and look. Help them find ways. If they don't know how to manage money, number one, they shouldn't be in that job. But if you need help finding ways to manage money, I was a single mother at one time. I can show you how to squeeze a penny till that thing screams. I will find it. We're not asking everybody to be 100% a business person, which 32.4, get your head around that.
Okay, you done?
I'll be done. I'll be going for days, trust me.
Yeah, Mr. Dean?
Okay, yeah, mainly what I have here, were complaints that were, mentioned by people, about the rate increase, they're wondering why are we getting rate increase when we have these issues? So they are as follows, They have black stuff in the water in Deerfield. They have white chunks of calcium in Short Gap, Ridgely, and Wiley Ford. White residue in glasses and water fountains. Strong chemical bleach smell in most areas. Debris in the water causes dishwashers and hot water heaters to burn up. Extra filters are needed on the water lines and dishwasher. Majority of people mention to us that they do not drink the water. They either buy water or they have the water filtered. One customer had a bad meter replaced, excessive charges for 3,300 gallons of water, but no credit issued towards the account. One place, it's mentioned the sewer lines under the road is collapsing, with no response given to that issue. Water meter lid breaking twice so far due to proximity to the main road. Customer was chastised in the office and told to put up a fence, which should not be done over a water line. Steel lines still being used in the VFW area in Fort Ashby, which required the PSD to flush the line regularly. There is no documentation of fire hydrants being flushed to ensure proper operation. Touching again, the elderly and those using under 2,000 gallons are still charged for a minimum with no credit for their unused portion. Businesses not using the minimum still pay for the 2,000 gallon minimum. Meter irregularity, same gallons used despite residents being on vacation for weeks. That was actually brought up in the meeting. A manhole on Wilderness Lane was requested to be moved during install so the street could be plowed. No response, and manhole is still installed on the street. Some businesses are required a backflow valve and others aren't, and to our understanding, those aren't cheap. And there's no information on the website as to why they are required. Once again, the public meeting notice was on the bill stub. Must be sent in with your bill, not on Facebook or their website. Wastewater plant and sewer lines were supposed to be covered under a grant plus the 115% increase after it was installed. What happened to the promise of lower bills with more customers that were connected? New vehicles being purchased when PSD is already in substantial debt, and a report of one which is only used once a month for dumping. That was reported to just sit down at the wastewater plant and only go out about once a month. Cost saving measures by the PO box, which Jennifer mentioned. People have said that they try to talk to the field workers about complaints, and office staff instructs the customers not to speak to the field workers while they're out there working. A lot of people have said their complaints called in are met with harsh inquisition and skepticism. Complaints taken to board are treated like new issues and no resolution is found. Several of these complaints have been filed with PSC and eventually resolved through them. Talking to a lot of people, collecting signatures this petition and just people in general. The main things they want is transparency to all customers, especially on the website because it's easy to access. They want justification for the increase. They would like to form a watchdog group from Frankfurt District citizens to explore cost saving measures for the PSD and make recommendations to you guys, County Commission. A limit on all large PSD purchases. They must be discussed with the watchdog group and then justified to the County Commission. Stop all expansion projects due to the excessive debt unless full grant funding is obtained. Clear operating details, rates, and fees clearly advertised on their website as well as board meeting schedule. And reconsider the minimum usage on senior citizens so that they are only charged for what they use.
And sir, can we have is it all right if we make a couple copies of that?
We have copies
Yes,
for you.
we will give you copies.
We'll distribute it at the end, otherwise you guys can sit there and read it, won't listen.
No,
to
I
the
won't
next
listen, I won't read it, but I'd like to have.
Yeah,
I'd like
make
to
sure you get it.
question
Yeah.
a couple of them about something.
And on the phone program, very much for how much time I have left. as far as that public meeting went, like she touched on, I sat as president of Short Gap Fire Company for a couple years, vice president for a couple years, so I ran a lot of meetings down there. This meeting was not ran. It was not called to order by a president or a chair. There was no new business, old business discussed. There were no bills read off, no balances, no expenditures. You know, I know in a fire department, you run every meeting like that. You say what your total balance is, what your bills are, what your income is, and then what your ending balance is. And there was none of that at this PSD meeting. It almost seems to me like they want to sit up there in charge of a public service, but they do not want to answer to the public. They just deflect all questions or just choose not to answer them.
Okay. Is that all you have, sir?
That's all I had is.
You got there, Price Group Logic.
Apologize, some of the topics I'm gonna hit on have already been hit on, so I'll try to go through them quickly and maybe even skip some. Some of it does need to be repeated. I attended that meeting at the Frankfurt PSD on the 12th of November. At that meeting, the board stated that they needed a rate increase because the price of everything has went up. We find out that there's a whole bigger issue than just the cost of things. And I agree that costs has went up. I'm trying to reduce my costs by making sure I turn off the lights when I'm not in the room and turning back the heat. Buying things when they're on sale and trying to reduce my trips to town. But we heard nothing from the PSD that what they're doing. It's hard to help someone that's not willing to help themselves. They didn't give us much information at all, to be honest, on what they're doing to cut the cost. They said that they are paying more for electricity. Is this because of a rate increase, or could it be that lights being left on, photo eye going bad, and outdoor lights burning all day? They said that the pipe cost went up. But are they buying in bulk to get better pricing? One of the commissioners stated that they needed a place to store the pipe. This could be a sea container or something as simple as chain link fence and metal roof. It could be done by in-house labor. There would be some cost to this, but it could be recouped in a couple of years by the lower cost of buying in bulk. By buying in bulk and having supplies on hand, they could save time and the cost of delivery fees, which can add up quickly. When vendors are charging $50 to $150 to deliver. Chemicals could also be bought in bulk. A lot of companies will delay delivery so they wouldn't have to receive it all at one time. Another thing could be done is they could get with other area water companies and place a combined order so that they could get better pricing. Gasoline costs are up and down. I realize some trucks need to be heavy duty, but do all. When it comes time to replace, could they get something more efficient? And I understand that they recently purchased a new truck. First of all, I can't understand how they could get a loan for a new truck. As much debt as they have. And we don't know why they need another truck, because they're not sharing any information. But if they truly did need this truck, why didn't they shop around and purchase one that's a couple years old? Or there'd be a large savings. I don't think a brand new truck makes our water any better. It's not that they have to travel a long ways. Wally Ford Bridge to Hampshire County. Along with the new truck comes new bins and a large insurance bill that the citizens of the community are paying for. And did they receive 3 bids for this truck? They stated they had to replace a pump. Was that put out for bid? Did they use in-house labor or a local contractor to install it? Was the old pump sent away to be rebuilt? They told us the minimum bill was going up $10. Doesn't seem like much, but it's $120 a year. $600 in 5 years, and we know we'll have another raise before that, request for a rate increase. And it's been stated that there is a lot of elderly people in the area, 24%. So with that rate increase, they will be paying $85 a month, $1,020 a year. That's more than a month's income for some of these people. But it's going to be more of an inconvenience and an increase for them. A lot of the elderly don't like to drive far, especially at night. So they go to the local restaurant. Well, now that restaurant owner is going to be paying more for water and sewage. So they're going to have to pass that cost on to its customers. Hopefully it's not bad enough that they lose customers. And that would be an awful thing if we lost a business in our area. It doesn't stop there. We have 3 schools up on the hill. I'm sure they use a large amount of water. So the cost of the Board of Education is going up. Where do they get their money? From every citizen in Mineral County. Then there is the volunteer fire departments. They use water to keep their stations, trucks, and gears clean. Wash the fire hose after the fire. They use water for their dinners and when they rent out their halls. Where do they get their money? Well, thankfully, some of it is by donation, but a lot comes from the fire levy that every citizen in Mineral County pays for. So this rate increase is not affecting just the Frankfort district, but all of Mineral County. So this is going to be a big burden on our elderly citizens in the community. And these are the people that built the community. They were Little League coaches. They helped put in ball fields, built Frankfort Stadium, held fundraisers. They were firefighters and EMTs. And now, because of a decision of a handful of people, they will be paying more. So when you make your decision, I hope you remember the elderly of our community. There's a lot of things that can be done and should be done by the Public Service District. Everything from pumps to office supplies should be put out for bid. If they always use the same vendor, how do they know they're getting the best price? It is the community's money, and they owe it to the community to spend it wisely. Speaking about the excess, I guess we'd call that the low usage of water. I have 2 accounts at the water department. One is a business, the other is my house. Last billing, I used 43 gallons of water at my business. 1,300, and combined with what I used at the house, it was 1,300 gallons. So I'm sure they're charging the minimum by figuring out what it costs them to treat a gallon of water. So I used a third of 4,000 gallons. I paid $150, used $50 to treat the water that I use. So the water department made $100. And I'm sure a lot of the people in the community that don't use the minimum of 2,000 gallons, so they're paying for the service they don't receive. So the water department should always be getting ahead. They're receiving money for water they're not having to treat. Where does that surplus go? And the fact that, understand they have subcontracted the oversight of the treatment plant, the operation of it. Was those jobs eliminated? Why, after all these years, is this being done? Is there a cost savings? Or is it an increase? I also understand that they have a contractor that mows the grass. Why is not that being done in-house? So the majority of the people in the area don't pay to get their grass mowed. One of the biggest problems is transparency. If they would have held that meeting, some of these questions would have been asked, and maybe we'd got good answers. They decided not to have that meeting. And unfortunately, when you're not willing to sit down and answer the hard questions and be forthcoming with information, accurate with your numbers, to me, that's a pretty big red flag that you're trying to hide something. I hope that's not the case. This is the community's money they're spending, and the community has the right to know. I also hope that down in Charleston, Mineral County is not known for the county that has a water department with a debt of 32 million. That wouldn't be a good thing. And I'm sorry, I don't know exactly what the commissioner's job description is, but I would think it would be to look out for all Mineral County citizens and make life better for them. To make Mineral County a place where people would want to live, where people would want to live. A member of the board that night told us that it's a thankless job. Maybe so, but they accepted the appointment, some of them quite a few times. I feel if you're going to accept it, then you need to do the best job you can do. The decisions of a handful of people are affecting thousands. I understand that the commissioners appoint the board members, that they have oversight. I don't know if you have the power to replace board members, but I think you would have the power to sit down with the board and require them to give you a plan in writing of how they're going to get to cut costs and reduce their debt. Maybe you'll get more information than what we get. So I too feel that there needs to be a cap put on the expansions of their system until they get their debt under control. I also feel that there does need to be a watchdog commission to oversee the board and report to the community. And that there does need to be a limit put on their spending. And that you commissioners have to approve the big ticket items. The next time you appoint board members, maybe you should look for somebody that's got business experience instead of maybe being a tradesman. Maybe that's what they need. So I just hope as the commissioners that you too do your job. You accepted it. Please do it. Please take the time, the effort to look into this. It is citizens of Mineral County. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Michael? Don?
First of all, I want to thank you all for allowing me the opportunity to be given time. And I do value your time, so I have prepared about seven minutes worth of statements to summarize, and you'll get a full record of this. But I'm also speaking on behalf of a petition that circulated, and within 12 days, 627 signatures on this petition from constituents in the Frankfort PSD district. I'm also here with my family, my 3 of the 4 of my children. My oldest son is in the Air Force in New Jersey, but I brought them because I believe it's important that we lead by example. And if they feel strongly and passionately about something, that they should be accountable and take a stand for what they believe in. So that's why they're here tonight. I will submit these petitions to you all. We have copies of them, and the record of each one of you will get a copy of what I'm going to present to you tonight. Having moved from Colorado a little over a year ago to take a church position, a pastoral position, my salary did not increase. We came off of an 8-year tenure, served in Colorado, and needed to be closer to family because my wife, her grandparents are very ill, and she felt that we needed to be closer to them. So having sought out, we knew it was the Lord's leading, and we were excited to land in Fort Ashby and experience what we had always heard of wild, wonderful West Virginia. We lived there in the southeast portion of Colorado 8 years, and they are nationally, the area is nationally rated to have some of the highest utilities. My utilities were we had an annual budget, that we, had a monthly pay for all of our utilities. We lived within city limits. And the water and sewer portion of that utilities, was never over $80 a month. Again, moving across the country, no salary increase, budget's pretty close to the same. Having moved from a very liberal state to what is considered a conservative state, we were expecting to maybe see less cost for a budget. However, when we came here, we found quite the opposite, which very much affected our budget as a household. And then started hearing through this, the lack of transparency and different things happening. But my water bill and sewer bill exceeds my electricity every single month. And I've only had 4 water and sewer bills from the Frankfort PSD that have been under $200 a month. Just for some reference for you all. As a resident of the Frankfort Public Service District, I'm here today to strongly protest the proposed water and sewer rate increase, an increase that is not only unreasonable, but fundamentally unjustified, especially for the people who were harmed the most. I'm here today representing hundreds of residents who feel unheard, uninformed, and completely shut out of a process that directly affects their ability to live, work, and remain in their homes. At the November 12th public meeting, residents asked for a financial justification for the increase, and we were given nothing. No detailed financial statements, no debt schedules, no breakdown of major expenses, no operating reports, no explanation of how this situation escalated. When asked for records, we were told that the Frankfort PSD did not have to show the public their books. This is unacceptable. It violates public expectations, good governance principles, and common sense. A utility funded entirely by its customers should not operate behind a curtain. The meeting was held in a room far too small to accommodate the number of residents who wanted to attend. People stood outside in the cold, and some even unable to participate in the meeting. Requests to postpone submission of the rate increase to the county commission, which was supposed to take place this night, until a second properly accessible meeting could be held, were ignored, despite the board promising such a meeting at the fire hall. That promise has not been kept. The majority of residents I have spoken with will currently pay between $150 to $300 per month for just water and sewer alone. That is already beyond reasonable for rural West Virginia community. The proposed 14.51% increase is not just aggressive. It is devastating for many families, especially given the demographics of our district. Let me share important context. Nationwide, 17% of Americans are age 65 and older. In Mineral County, that number rises to 21%. In the Frankfort PSD district alone, that number is 24% of our population. That's 65 years or older. This means that nearly 1 in 4 of our neighbors are elderly, and a major portion of them are living on fixed incomes. Many of these individuals do not even use the minimum 2,000 gallons they are currently billed for each month, yet they will be forced to pay even more under this proposal. This is not simply a rate increase. To some, it is a threat to their already strained economic stability. Higher utility costs will most certainly lead to higher rent, especially for those living in affordable or subsidized housing. At the November 12th meeting, no financial specifics were disclosed, even though residents were asking repeatedly. However, throughout independent research of publicly available state data, we later discovered that the Frankfort PSD is carrying over $32 million in debt, much of this year just hearing echoes. This number was never shared publicly, not once. Residents were denied financial transparency while being asked to shoulder the consequences of decades of mismanagement. How does a public service district accumulate this ridiculous amount of debt without notifying the very people paying for it? How long has this debt been growing? How long is it going to continue without a fully transparent pathway to resolution? This is nothing less than a breach of public trust, which has also been echoed in this room tonight. I speak today not only as a resident and father of a family of 5, but also as the pastor of the Church Triumphant, which manages 8 low-cost apartments that house families and individuals who rely on reasonable utility costs to make ends meet. A 14.51% increase will impact our families struggling already to pay their rent, local businesses operating on tight margins, churches providing community support, farms, volunteer fire companies, nonprofits, senior citizens. The ripple effect of this increase is not theoretical. It is real, immediate, and harmful. Residents deserve a full explanation of how previous loans, bonds, and capital funds were used. Specifically, what projects were completed, what equipment was purchased, what infrastructure upgrades were made, what reserves were established, what went over budget, and why. Until these answers are made available to the public with supporting documentation, no new rate increase can be justified. How was 14.51% increase calculated? The PSD has not shown the formula used, the cost projections, the debt service requirements, the operational breakdown in any responsible utility or government process. A rate proposal of this magnitude requires detailed justification, not a vague statement of quoted in the meeting. We need the money due to cost of inflation. We were told in that meeting, everybody's cost is going up. That doesn't answer the $32 million in debt. Residents need to see evidence that the PSD pursued federal infrastructure grants, state water improvement funds, efficiency audits, debt refinancing, and budget restructuring. Rate increases should always be the last resort, not the first. Our community is not here to obstruct progress. What we want, speaking unified, you've heard it echoed from all of us, representing 625 individuals that are living in this district. And in the amount of 12 days, I think that is absolutely fantastic. And I believe given the 60 days that is usually required to get a petition, we could get thousands of numbers. Just a handful, I've got 627. What we want clear, fair, reasonable solutions. We don't want answers that get rid of us temporarily. We're looking for solutions. And we're here as a community to help with that process. We're here to demand appropriate, responsible, and transparent government. We respectfully request the commissioners, you require the following before any rate increase is approved. First thing, no increase for the elderly and those using less than the minimum usage amount. These residents already pay for more water than they use. Their rates should not go up. Number 2, a reasonable inflation-based increase only, capped at 4%. I understand with the amount of debt, there is going to have to be some substantial increase, but the national rate of inflation is 3.2. A 14.51% increase is not inflation. It is a mismanagement being passed on to other people. A stoppage of any expansion projects until the debt becomes more manageable. You all oversee our Frankfort PSD district, so this is what we're asking you to do. If they present any expansion projects going forward, we ask that until something is manageable and a path forward for the debt, that these projects would not go forward. And last but not least, strongly consider putting in place a civilian oversight committee. A civilian oversight committee is a nationally proven method in helping to improve the agency's relationship with the community. There's obviously been a breach of trust between the customers on the Frankfurt PSD district and the board. So this is, we're asking to use a civilian oversight committee to help build these relationships back within our community, not continue the divide even stronger. The residents of the Frankfurt PSD deserve accountability, honesty, and fair treatment. We're simply asking that decisions affecting thousands of people be made responsible, transparently, and with respect for those who pay these bills. Thank you for your time and your commitment to the people that you serve. I'm gonna give you these petitions, and all of you will get copies of what I've just read to you. Also, I was under the awareness, I was made aware today that if no decision is made within a certain amount of time, 45 days, I was heard, that this rate will automatically go into effect. We're asking you guys not to sit on this. Please don't sit on this and allow it just to automatically move forward. We ask you to step up and do something.
Thank you, Joe. Now, nobody else has signed up to speak, but does anybody else have anything to say?
Can I add
Yes.
one more? thing,
Yes, ma'am.
please? I also attended that meeting at the Frankfurt PSD, and whenever they were going over everything, I had mentioned when I bought my house in August of 2024, I lived in an apartment complex for 25 years. Didn't have a clue how much water bill, sewer bill, trash bill was. It was all included in my rent. All I knew was my rent went up every month. So I buy the house and I find out a little over a year later that my house wasn't even tied into the sewer, but yet they charged me every month for the sewer part. My son bought his house 5 years ago, and a year or two into him buying, found out that his house was not tied in also, but was charged anyway. How many other people in the community in this district are being charged they're not even aware? When I brought it up at this meeting on November the 12th, they told me that that was my real estate agent's fault, that they should have told me. When I bought my house, I didn't go through a real estate agent. I bought it from the previous owners. So then I was told that then that was their fault for not telling me that it was not tied in. Well, when I bought my house and I started having problems with my sewer, with my toilet lines and my bathtubs and my sinks, the water gurgling, it coming backing up through. Thank God it wasn't, anyways, I asked before I knew that this was a problem, if I could get a copy of my lines, my water lines and my sewer lines in my yard and how far down they were, because I wanted to have yard work done. I was told by Ray Llewell and Corwell that she would give me a copy of that. I was sent on my way that day with no copy of where my lines are or how far down they are. The guy that they sent out to check their end of the line said that he was supposed to receive a copy of the same thing and didn't receive it either. So after Mr. Staggs put my sewer line literally from my house all the way down through to where it tied in, who was mentioned, brought up, suggested by Ray Llewell and Corwell to have him do it. I forgot one. When I went back and I talked to him about my lines, and she was like, well, Melissa, are you having problems? And I said, I've told you about this for a couple months. She pretended like nothing was wrong. She pretended like she had no idea. And I told her that they had charged me for over a year because I technically moved into my house before I closed on it. For over a year, I was charged for the sewer line, and she said that as West Virginia law, they have to charge you whether you are hooked up or not. I said, shouldn't you have told me when I asked or when I bought the house that it wasn't tied in? I could have had this done when I bought the house instead of waiting over a year later. But they are charging, so where did my money go? And my sewer and everything was literally going in my backyard. That's a lot, what'd you say, 40, what's the sewer part, 40 couple dollars a month?
It's 40 something.
Yeah, so you take 40 some dollars, just mine, times, we'll just say a year of being charged. And it was more like a year and a half. Where did that money go when my sewer and everything was going literally in my backyard? But she said that they're being audited. The commissioners at that meeting said that they don't get audited. To my understanding, please correct me if I'm wrong. Did they not say that they did not get audited down there?
Just go to your accountant, understand what they told us.
But I was told on the phone that they get audited and they have to charge whether you're hooked in or not. There could be a lot of other people that's being charged.
If they have sewer, they have to be charged, that's it, that is the state.
Well,
Depending
how
how far that is.
how far are you away from the sewer line? That's not necessarily 100% true, because I've dealt with I don't deal with PSDs, but I know that if you're not so close, they can't make you hook up. How close are you to the sewer line?
It's right in my backyard, literally.
Or 80 feet.
It's at the end of it goes through the alley of where my house is. And
How old is your house, ma'am? Not to be nosy.
it was built in 1955, and I'm not gonna lie, the people that I bought it from did not take care of it, but this person's parents did take care of it. But I don't know how many years they was actually there alone without anybody to they literally let it go. Literally.
That's, yeah. See, if you.
But I mean, the stuff that he dug up, the terracotta, he was digging up terracotta in my backyard,
Terracotta and went into,
which
Septic
probably
tank
was
and
from 1955.
they did have it hooked to the public sewer, but it wasn't hooked up right, and where they had it tied in where the septic tank was not right, and the people that owned the house before you, whoever did that work, didn't do it right, so.
But yeah, so, and she said that they know, our sewer is based off of how much water goes through our lines from the meter. But yet, I mean, I asked for those and they could have, my opinion, she could have told me that my house wasn't tied in before all that happened. And yet I was still charged every month for that bill, and it wasn't going through their
Did she
lines.
know your sewer wasn't hooked up?
Yeah, because whenever I went back after Mr. Staggs did my lines, when I went in the following month to pay my bill, I talked to the lady out front and I asked her for the copy of where my lines are and how far down they are. And she went back in the corner to her desk and she said, Melissa, she said, I'm not even showing where it's tied in, where it ever was tied in.
Probably was then, many years ago.
Yeah. But yet, still, how many other people? I mean, I was charged. My son was charged when he bought his house, not knowing. His stuff was literally going through his driveway because his septic tank was right at his front porch, at his kitchen porch. And it was literally going down through his driveway before Ray had mentioned that, well, your house isn't even tied in. So how many other people in the community is being charged, not even using it? And where's that money going? That should account. And like I said earlier, I don't use the minimum 2,000 gallons. That's extra income a month that should be going, that 30-some debt, $1 million debt, that should not be, especially whenever they're ripping people off on a monthly basis. Again, like the other said, somebody really needs to get into their books and check things out.
Agreed.
and check into how many other houses are not tied in, and they say they can bring it up. How many others are not tied in, but yet they're still paying for it? To me, that's fact.
Exactly where.
And I told Ray that when I talked to her, I said, that is fact. You're stealing.
We'll get the paperwork you guys submitted and we will go over it and we will talk to Franklin PSD. And, but I'm gonna be very honest with you. I probably shouldn't say this, but I'm going to anyway. I am not in favor of raising your bill. Especially after hearing some of this.
And if it weren't for us, yous would have no clue.
Exactly.
No
I didn't
clue
have
what's
no
going
clue. I never realized, I never dealt that much with PSD. I'll be the first to tell you. I never dealt with them usually before Jerry did. And, I went to some of the meetings at little things, but very little have I had dealings with PSPs other than New Creek. I had to deal with them a couple times. But it sounds like there's a lot of misuse of funds. To me. So this does need to be looked into and we will do that.
That'd be greatly appreciated.
I don't know all of the board members, but Jason's, I've seen them. Jay, I know two of them real well. And, I'll try to get a hold of, who's the president of the chairman of the board then?
Mr. Brelsford.
Doug Brelsford. Doug, okay, I don't know the gentleman.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry.
that's all right. One of our concerns is the PSD, like you said, you have a whole page, 2 pages of complaints that aren't addressed. People don't let stuff go, but we've got a lot of complaints. The other one, as she stated, when you go into the PSD and you try to get the problem resolved, they recommend Mr. Staggs, which I addressed Mr. Staggs at the public meeting. I said, that's like a fox in a hen house, because he offered to go look at their books and make sure everything was square. He's getting recommendations from the PSD to come work on your line. I don't think he's gonna find one fault in the PSD.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I don't think you would lie about it. I really don't.
I just don't see it as a
I
conflict of
understand what you're
interest.
saying. I understand completely what you're saying.
There is a list of contractors that they go by to.
But she verbally recommended you, above all else, she recommended you. And I don't know if the ethics board would see that as a conflict of interest, especially since he is voting on this issue.
I don't think he would lie about that. Really, I'm sure
I already discussed with the ethics board whenever I became a commissioner about going work for citizens for the PSD. Even though I am on a list of contractors.
And I don't have a problem with you doing that, but I have a problem with the manager of the PSD verbally recommending above all else that you do the work.
I don't know that she verbally recommends me above anybody else.
She just.
I understand that. I know.
That's what happened.
Yeah, I know she does put my name out there, but she puts my name out there with other people as well.
How is your water?
How is my water?
Your taste of
It's
water.
terrible. It tastes like chlorine when you have white chunks in it.
I know people's animals that won't drink it.
That would be mine. My
They
dog
can't
would
feed
drink
it to
it.
their animals. They won't drink it.
We have a brand new house. We have to put a brand new filter in the house, put a water softener system and a whole house filter. But if you call to ask, what are the chemical levels? We fall within guidelines. Do we even know? We already got hit with $120,000 EPA fine. How do we know that they're testing the water? We have no idea. They don't tell us anything.
Fine for it.
They didn't apply for a permit from 2018 through 2021. If you have dealings with the federal government, they don't send you one notice, they don't send you two, they send you 1,000.
Permit for what?
I don't know. Maybe you can find out, but I can't find out. And usually when you go up against a board like that, the EPA, normally you retain legal counsel. So do we retain legal counsel? Do we have a legal counsel bill? We have no idea. An audit is not gonna fix this. All an audit says is that you have a receipt for whatever you spent. The fact that they're spending way too much, an audit isn't gonna help. You need some kind of oversight.
The legal counsel, right?
Maybe some training classes on dealing with the public.
all the public service districts should be audited annually. It's a requirement of state audit.
Yes.
That should already be happening. Like you said, that's just confirming you're following procedures and
Yeah,
reconciling.
we don't want
All of
the
the
military have a
PSDs are off.
$50,000 toilet. We have a receipt for it, so it's okay. We
Right.
don't want that. We need to know that the money is being spent the way it should be spent. But if you're spending money on bills the second time around and you're spending money on things that don't need to be, like the PO box, that's just the tip, the very tip of that iceberg.
All right. Here, very good. Since you've all been made aware of the situation, okay, you've heard all the comments. So now the ball's in your court. When can we expect some kind of news about what's going on?
What I would like to do, if Jason and Dutch will agree, I would like to have a meeting at one of the fire departments for everybody, to have room for everybody. And I like for the PSD to be there and be prepared to answer some of these questions. It's what I would like. to
In
see.
light of that, just as Mike said, we have 45 days.
Well,
Or the rate will go in
and we got
at 14%.
45 days when it's
After they're presented, after the
Yeah, we
study.
right about to the middle of February, because I don't think it's gonna be presented to the end of December, correct?
Well, I'll
So,
say,
but it'll go fast, yes.
it'll go fast and
We could get.
And we appreciate you here. We appreciate your time. I know this is probably a lot longer than you wanted to be here tonight. But, you've listened to us. We appreciate that, but we want answers.
Well, if we can
And
get a
we'll do
meeting,
that.
if we can get a meeting set up, which I'd like to do it in December. We need to do it in December. And before they develop, yeah, and get some answers. And do you know the chairman of the board? I don't know the gentleman, so could you call him and get a meeting set up? In December? A public meeting, and I'll contact, fire department, it's about the middle.
Yeah, I was gonna say, contact Colby Simpson.
Yeah, I know.
Short Gap will probably accommodate you if they're able, they would accommodate me.
Yeah, we'll contact them, and see what nights open.
How can we expect notification of this?
As soon as I find out, shortly. Oh, when can you contact the gentleman?
And I could probably call him when we get done here.
Okay, I'll contact Colby and see if what date we can get fire station for.
Probably get about any day except for Mondays. Any day but Mondays will be.
Well, you gotta look at. We got a lot going on in December, so.
I know, we do.
You know, I know. Mr. Ralston.
Frosty is, the 12th, the weekend of the 12th.
We could do. The 8th through the 12th, I'm tied up.
Me too.
I'm tied completely up that dude.
The following week, some days you do it, some days I ain't.
I don't care if we get to set up the first part of December if there's any way possible.
Next week? Yeah, I don't want to do it that early.
You can do it that early? Well, then let's do it,
By the 16th.
it's 16th, I'm available, 16th. Let's Tuesday.
Hold on. You can make the 16th work.
16th, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if the fire company's open. Hey, Colby. This is Roger. Hey, listen, could we use, Short Gap Fire Department to have a meeting down there about this, Franklin PSD, on the 16th, December, yes, sir. Tuesday. That's general. Yeah, if you could let me know here in the next little bit, I know it's short notice. I appreciate that. Thank you, sir. The board. He's checking, making sure there's nothing scheduled that evening. That'll be on the 16th.
What time?
Huh? What time would be suitable? I know,
There's a lot of people
Don't take
that work
the-
until 5.
yeah, I know, when
6
you
o'clock,
got,
5:30.
Harry's pretty old, I don't want him out driving that work. Just, it's an old.
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock?
7 o'clock, I think that pretty much worked for everybody, wouldn't it?
Alright, 7 o'clock will work for me.
I'll get my daughter to drive me.
Yeah.
So do we need to make that into a form of a motion?
Yeah, we're setting a public hearing here.
Make a motion that we have a public hearing on December 16th, 7 o'clock at Short Gap Fire Hall.
16%.
16 at 7 o'clock, pending if their fire department is free that night. Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
I'll second that.
and I'll agree with that.
What method are you gonna let the community know?
I should know here in just a few minutes.
I mean, how, the citizens of the community, how are you gonna get that word to
How do we
them?
put that out there?
We get, Liz, can we get an ad in the paper?
Who gets a paper anymore?
Not everybody.
Put it out on Facebook, how do you want it?
Facebook.
You want us to go door to door, knock on the doors?
Yeah, maybe some Facebook would be good. CBC, you know.
Yeah, if you have like.
I just have my Facebook page, but I've had like.
That's the only thing I know, I mean, we'll put it out on Facebook, we'll get an ad in the paper and word of mouth.
There's a public service districts in my yard every month.
Put out.
They can stick something in the mailbox or do a door
No,
hanger.
don't put the mailbox in my yard.
Yeah, that's federal.
Tell you what, post it on the
Courthouse.
courthouse site and then everybody can share it. But I will volunteer to get flyers and then out in the community, senior center, shut-ins, that kind of thing.
They're going to courthouse Facebook.
Yeah, Kansas City Courthouse Facebook would be good to go.
Can you all also have to put on Frankfurt PSD?
Good luck.
PSD. Frankfurt PSD Facebook.
They're gonna,
I'll put on our bills.
Well,
Say so we can buy.
I think they should. I think it needs to be.
I think that's what we're supposed to verify that. Otherwise, you don't know where I'm.
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay. That's, okay, well, he has to call back and we need to go on with their meeting, so as soon as we find all this out, we will, get the information out there. And anybody got anything else? Yes, Dan.
I keep telling myself I'm gonna keep my mouth shut, I'm not gonna say anything, but I'm sitting here listening. Dutch, do you know if the Frankfurt district, if they have one of those trucks like this new truck that, Fountain District, if they have one of the trucks like this, the Frankfurt PSD got, that sits down there for, close to a month? This is the reason why I'm asking. I ask stupid questions. It may not be practical, may not work at all. But if other water districts or sewage districts, sorry, in the county need a truck like that, we have a brand new one in Frankfurt. Could the county at least suggest to them that you share it and get some revenue from the places that you share it with? Since
What
the
is
truck's
it?
sitting dormant for months.
What is the truck they have sitting down, or just a pickup truck, or is it a?
I have no clue, but I do know that they said that it's a truck to move sewage. Is that right?
The complaint was it was a dump truck that takes whatever the excess is, whatever sludge or
They
whatever.
haul out the sludge.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
me being an ex-trucker, I'm thinking, why didn't you just get a dump trailer? That would have worked, and then there was no insurance. You don't have to have insurance on a dump trailer.
Yeah.
But whatever vehicle you hook up
Yeah.
to, there's your insurance. And then there's not that much of
Yeah,
a,
what I'm saying is the truck's already been purchased, okay? I guess, you know, and the Frankfurt district is already making payments on it. If you split the payments with some of the other,
So they borrow money to get the trucks?
I would assume they probably
Did
did.
they confirm that they borrowed money or did they get money through the grant?
No.
Through a grant?
Well, we
Yeah,
have.
well, if they got money through grants, and that's no problem.
It's still a problem.
Well, yeah,
But
but it's paid for.
we have, on
It's
the,
paid back.
what the PSC has listed, all we have is 5.25% to First Peoples. I wanna know why First Peoples even loaned them money. They're $32 million in debt. How did they do that? How? Because I know a lot of people can't get a loan and they're nowhere near $32 million in debt.
I'd like to know why the sewage was pushed down our throats when we had perfectly good septic tanks. We were told we absolutely had to go on it. If not, we were still going to pay it. I mean, why was that? I asked Curtis Church on Sunday, I said, why aren't the people that are on Old Furnace Road on the sewage? I was told it's the terrain. I said, they have the water. That's no answer. And yet we were forced on it. We had no choice.
To my understanding, and I've dealt with this before through New Creek, if your sewer line runs within 250 feet of your house, you have to hook up. That's a judge.
That's a
That went
law.
to court, huh?
That's a law.
That went to court on one individual, and that's pretty well what they said. Now, that's not, you won't find that in code, but that was ordered in court.
Well, I think her house is 250 feet above route,
Away from the sewer line.
28, and we had to hook on.
Well,
Same thing with my father's house is now in my name.
It's different.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Most PSDs probably won't tell you that because they want you to hook up and you know why. There's several reasons why.
Greed, number one.
Yeah, I agree.
But you know, then greed that they mishandled even.
I agree. But that is pretty well.
So can we turn around and sue them for lying to us? I could get back a bunch of money.
The $32 million of debt, we're gonna get it.
Now,
Y'all just issue for a little bit more money.
if you sue them for your sewer hookup, that means everybody's water's gonna go up again, so don't do that. I'm just teasing.
But really, I would say one thing about this, okay, you say it's only 14 whatever, but your sewage is based on your water. So if your water goes up, automatically, you're getting more money because your sewage is 1.5 or whatever it is of that. So you're double dipping on that sewage increase. Because the water you're using is what's basing that on. So you're raising the water and you're raising the sewage, but really you're getting double dipping on your sewage because it's 1.5 times that water.
I don't know what's gonna take place here. I honestly don't know, but I will tell you this, and I can prove this. Your water is, your public, Frankfurt PSD is less than 50% of what they charge throughout the state. Some places is paying $100 a month for water.
Are those public systems or are those owned by West Virginia American Water Company?
No, they're not.
They're public service.
Yeah, they're not.
Public service.
American water is high.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, but, Frankfurt is, cause when I was in Region 8, I checked this out. And there's 300 and some PSDs and everything that supplies water in the state of West Virginia. And Frankfurt is 140. So they're a little less than half as much as what most people pay.
You're talking about our rates.
You're right.
Okay, we'll talk about our debt.
Oh, I don't know about your dad. That's
Exactly, because it's gonna
That's-
double. It'll double for us.
Oh,
And this
yeah.
is why we're asking you to do something.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. I agree. If I wasn't here, I'd be sitting there with you. Sir,
Yes, on 956, the water coming out of there, pure, no chemicals on it whatsoever. Why can't they use that?
I don't know.
I was told that it had to be covered, used.
I actually asked that question at the last meeting when they were talking about the last increase was last year was due to, with the new school being built, the system was inadequate to provide sprinkler protection at the school. That was, they had to upgrade the system out Baker Hollow in order to get adequate water over. That was the reason for the increase last time. But I asked a question then about using the quarry for a water supply. And they said they had looked into that and it was cost prohibitive. Something or another, it would have cost way too much money to get the water from out of the quarry, to be able to use it. They didn't explain why, but they did say that was the reason.
Okay. All right, well, as soon as Colby gets back with me, we'll have Candace to post it and go from there and
These next words in the hall.
I'll let you know. And you can text them.
I thought you had Lauren do it because Lauren doesn't have a memory.
Well, it's a good thing.
Get what I stood up for, I don't know about that.
I'm gonna tell you something. You only knew. I was sitting in my tree stand today for a little bit and I was on the phone most of my time. Okay? And that's no lie. It's crazy. It's getting worse.
I didn't do it intentionally, but when I went out yesterday morning, I forgot and left mine lay on the nightstand.
Well, my wife expects me to have mine.
I expected me to have mine, but she texted me and she heard it going off back there, so.
Yeah, the big boom that we had yesterday.
Okay, if there's nothing else, then let's move along. Update on the courthouse improvement project.
You guys are more than welcome to stay.
You can stay or whatever you want to do. Yes.
Yes, the project's coming along. We are finishing up. They were cleaning out construction trailer last week. They're expecting to be done next week or the following week. We've scheduled probation to be relocated probably in the second week of December. Got the final details from the Supreme Court on that. The facility pre-closing has been scheduled for December 17th at 1 o'clock in this room. So that will be the final financing. We still have one more pay application on the project that won't be paid until the project is complete. Most of the sprinkler line relocations were taken care of last week, hopefully getting finished up this week. And then they're just working through the punch list like they have been. Once those lists are complete, probation's moved, the next step will be getting the blue building torn down. We have received the asbestos inspection on that. There are only a few minor items that'll need to be addressed, but, that'll be something as soon as we relook our probation, we can get that torn down. Part of that cost is to go and get that turned into a parking lot and we can get lines painted in there and get people parking in that area again. I just gave an invoice to Lauren for the title insurance to finish the project. It's from John A.B. Law. He was underwriting policy, but now Keaton Fraser Millicent is, but the invoice is from him. A very small portion is for the legal work, the real estate research, and the majority of it's for the title insurance for the project. That's payout 30 since federal government reopened was taken care of. I think Lauren's waiting on some signatures. They probably came in last year.
FedEx out today.
Perfect. So that check was FedEx and we'll have one more pay application. The security stuff is getting finished up. I know all of the access control is done. And I know they were finishing up some last minute cameras. Hopefully we can get the main entrance relocated in there. Well, the week we open probation, the main entrance will have to move from the front of the courthouse into that addition. So I'll coordinate with Sergeant Hotchkiss, the sheriff, next week to make sure they'll be ready to make that transition happen.
Okay.
I will not be here for the 17th meeting on the 17th. I already have other December 17th for the closing.
All for the, okay.
It was almost impossible to get that date coordinated between bond council, the USDA, the building commissioners, and you three. So I only have to have 2 of each board present to have a quorum at the meeting, and then the chair and the president need to be present. So I apologize to Jason. 17th was the only day the building commission chair was available in the whole month that would also work for the USDA to do the final payment transfer.
That's at 1 o'clock, correct? Is that at 1? Well,
It's at 1.
1, I
Yeah.
thought it was.
So that will go
Okay.
under this.
You got anything else?
You just tell, just think about, yeah. Nope, I'm good.
Okay,
Just tell me what
update on the
application-
CDBG Health Department facility. Hey, I did sign this the other day when I was in Region 8, Petersburg.
We already.
That's already been signed, so everything's
The
good.
motion that.
Yeah, please approve it. Well, he was gonna be gone.
Yeah.
And he said, will you sign this? Both.
Okay, so it's already signed.
The 300, that signature, 308.
$308,405.25. But I'll sign it, so just keep it there and then look at it. So,
The motion.
Make a motion, to approve the pay application number 20 for the health department
And authorize president.
and authorize the president to sign.
I second that, and I agree with that also. Update on the overall fund,
I don't have anything.
nothing. Update on the chase card.
I don't have anything. I was wondering if Chase Card can go under correspondence for reports from this point on, but if that's just the thought.
Well, I sent a email to Lauren to get the September and October, because I still didn't have those. So just take it off until we actually get something in,
Okay.
and then quarterly, I think we were to the financial
Yeah.
quarterly. There's nothing on that tonight either.
Okay. Now, I don't want nobody excited here, but our next item of business is discuss use fee versus levy for ambulance authority. Set up a work session for this. Right now, our EMS is hurting finance. I am 100% opposed to raising the fee, the levy. I'm not in favor of it. I've never voted for anything to raise the people's, directly like that. I have voted on a few water things. Yes, ma'am, I had to. But anyway, I'm not in favor of this. So we're looking at other options. And it's gonna be a lot better. And it's not gonna come out it's not gonna show up on your tax figures. Okay? We're looking at other options. We don't know yet, but just to let you know. So what day do you wanna set a work session up for that?
She has.
Will you have some,
Some
Tucker?
dates with Tucker County.
Yes,
I think you wrote them down, but I have to print them out. I believe it's the 7th, 8th,
December.
yeah, 8th, 9th, and 10th, I think. And then we also have some dates. In the 17th, you're unavailable, but the other dates during that week.
Okay, well, the 9th is a commission meeting.
yeah, that's the morning.
Yeah,
Do they
and I
have,
won't be here. I won't be here for the meeting.
you be here the eighth,
No, they got the one eight, 9.
8th and 9th? What about
What's the other day?
September? Wait a minute. I can't. The 9th, 10th, and 11th, and the 9th, 11th, 12th, and 13th, I am tied up. 10th, I'm free,
10th, okay. Are we able to?
but you're not gonna be here.
I'll be here I can be here the 10th.
I can do this one.
Okay. I'll set something up with them and it'll be here.
Okay.
On a daytime meeting.
Yes.
That'll be a work session.
Can they come the 8th? Oh, you won't be here tonight, never mind. What time?
Well, keep in mind, Mineral County days is, we'll be in here at noon.
I can do afternoon. So like 2. 2 o'clock.
I mean, fine with me.
No thought?
Okay. I'll set it up for
Maybe you put that in the form of a motion, Laura.
Yes, please.
Make a motion that we, set up a date, December 10th, 2 o'clock, meet with Grant County, talk about,
Tucker County.
Tucker County, sorry, talk about, a fee, ambulance fee, if that will work for Mineral County.
I'll second that
I'm
motion.
gonna prove it all. All right, we need to set the date for the board of reviews.
We can do that in December,
Okay.
because we did send the 2 dates
Okay,
on the state.
all right, where's Joe at? He wants to talk about his update on his X-ray inspection.
He's in the hallway.
Just put in my notes.
Well, I'll tell you what, let's go down to the next one. Discuss change the local economic development LED grant. We got that, you should.
I have a resolution,
Okay.
with the updated amount, so that is 30,800.
30,800.
It was previously 41,000.
30,800. Look at this.
So I told her to bring it to this meeting. I didn't figure you guys would want to just give them the extra $10,000 since they're pretty, financially stable, but first check with you all and then just cancel the check.
We do not wanna give a list, I'll give over to it.
Cancel and do the resolution, and I'll provide this to them.
Okay.
Need a motion to accept it and then, is that the president sign?
I'm
Me
moving,
too.
I move we accept it. President sentence.
I'll second.
I agree. And if you- let me just- Mhm. Are you, Joe, while I'm signing this, we need an update on your explanation. Huh? Oh, I don't. So I thought you said it.
Have not found anything yet to replace that, but we will find something that initial estimate.
Okay, good deal. All right, we'll move along to the new business. How did we call that? Hold on a second.
You have a copy of a budget revision in there, but the reason I was late is, working with the sheriff. He had a Motorola expense to add into 980.
Another one? This another
Well,
one
this
from
one-
way back when?
He wasn't able to pass it on.
It's like looking for it.
Yeah, so there,
Yeah, we got it.
yeah, you have one in here, but 980 is different. So the change on 366 to 382, the $5,000, we had P card listed under miscellaneous. But actually, according to the chart of accounts, the P card rebate should be under 382. So I was moving that 5,000 for the P card to 382. That was a change in revenues. Under expenditures in 425 other buildings, adding in the 9,867, that was for the new furnace for magistrate court. 700, sheriff law enforcement. This was for Seville for August and September, some DUI patrol from Morgan County, I believe it was, the live scan, which this may adjust $4,167. He thinks he paid it out of 980, so I might have to take it out of 980 instead of 700. And then there was a DMC reimbursement. So that's at 12,458. 716, 4,500. That was the grant that the dog warden received for the raised beds and part of it, well, also for the Humane Society and Friends of Feline. So that was at 4,500 for her grant. The 972, our expenditures have exceeded the 5,000, so with the 250 was for the grant, for federal grants, and then under that was state grants, an increase of 1,744. Under 980, the one that was in your packet had the 9,079, that was just the Cradle Point, but then right before the meeting, he'd also given me a refund from Motorola for 33,000, which changed it to the 42,866, which is on the revised copy. But again, that live scan might actually bump down from 700 to 980, once he verifies where that cost came out of. And then the 988, the 71,685 was the balance. Any questions?
Gotcha.
I don't.
Make a motion to approve the budget revision.
That's pending, or with the clarification of the live scan, that $4,000, whether it came at 700 or 980, that may adjust on those
With
two
that,
lines.
with that clarification.
But the bottom number won't change.
I second
Then I
that.
approve it also. You don't have nothing else on that?
No, sir.
That's it, okay. The FEMA lease for Mr. Marker, who
Oh,
was in.
did you,
And your grandma, don't heard that.
they're on her desk, yeah, when I called her, she said that. Mr. Marker signed his portion at the last meeting,
Yes.
but it wasn't on the agenda for your authorization.
So, do I hear a motion to renew those leases? They went up, the lease on them went up, correct?
Yes, it went up to $100
A lot.
lease, and it's only a 1-year lease,
Yes.
but he has 2 different leases,
Okay.
2 different parcels.
Move that we lease Mr. Marker those 2 parcels.
I second that. I agree with that.
Well, and authorize the president to sign,
Yeah.
I really said make the motion.
And oh, it don't make any.
I'll make the motion that
It's
you
me.
lease Mr. Robert and the president sign.
I'll second it.
You actually wait, Roger, because your signature needs to be there to rest.
Oh, okay. Approval of the IT vendors report.
This is a subject that came up last week, but I think do we need to discuss anything today or just hold off?
Lauren and I discussed it prior to the meeting. We probably need to hold off till the next meeting. There's some unknowns, that need to be addressed before we figure out what to do with that.
Okay, the maintenance hire, you got something on that?
We do not, we just need to post the position.
We need to post a
Yeah.
position, so, okay.
I make a motion, we post the position for a maintenance hire.
I'll second it.
Pull that also. All right, update on the property evaluation report.
The response back from Mickey Smith to you all for review. Basically, they gave some further explanation. But I guess if we don't provide any further response, they'll move forward after I think the 30th. They'll basically what they provided for the reports of how much they would pay out for the insurance.
Oh.
It was West Virginia Court.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I read through it some, but I sent it to you guys to take a look at. But I'm not sure how
It's
it
just
you
the
know,
value of the building itself.
Yeah.
So I kind of question the values that they had for replacement cost and. But. So are they saying that's all that they would pay out? Or was there something there about they say they could go above that? Value?
but they're basically stating that what we reported is
Oh, okay.
actually less than what they are providing, or what they would provide as a payout.
Okay. All right,
So we can proceed with what they've given us for a payout or for basically an estimate, or I can go back and get some further explanation.
that is, what do you guys think? Let it get the way it is?
Valuation to 4.4 million. Almost 4.5.
So this is what they're basing our premium one,
Yes.
but do we have anything in writing that says what they're actually gonna pay out? I think we're gonna, I mean,
Yeah, I don't.
we
think
just
you
put
do.
7 million into it, so 4 million is not gonna touch it.
That's what concerns me.
Yeah.
Yes.
In that response, I don't know if you guys got a chance to read it. They basically said, we're right, you're wrong.
Yeah.
This is what we do.
Okay.
That's basically what they said. They-
that way, but thank you.
Yeah, I was kind of.
She's not quite as plugged yet, but they basically said, we know what we're doing, we did the valuation, this is what's right. So,
That's kind of the impression I got as well, so. I'll make a motion, we just accept the valuation report and let it go.
I second that.
And I approve it also. You don't really have to. All right, sheriff, update on the applications? The applicants that you got?
So, Wait a minute.
Sure.
You ready for the applicant that you got?
You're not sitting in the corner anymore. You're over falling asleep and.
That's why they don't have sheriffs sit down, they all stand. They're supposed to be standing guard.
Yes. Well,
Update applicant.
currently we still have, 4 of the 5. Doing background work completed, and we're looking to, move on to the psychological and the polygraph examination. Some of the information that disclosed, we'll probably have to do an executive session there.
You want that a little later than? Huh?
At the end, please.
At the end, that's what I was thinking, yeah. Okay. All right, what about your overtime discussion?
Well. Broken down somewhat to the best.
Is that your coat? Everybody please look around as you leave, make sure you don't see anything. We have glasses, we have cups.
I think we're good.
Thanks, you guys.
Thank you. Still hanging in there. Something I'm gonna say, we pulled all the time sheets from July 1st to the current pay, and then we're entering them into a spreadsheet. We still have to put the hourly rates in to get the totals, and then break them down by department. And then that would be provided on, obviously, to you and the sheriff, so you can.
Okay.
Not including the bailiff and SROs, was $10,412.32 spent on the Apple Harbor. And Peach Festival, that included.
Don't let's put them together.
Sir,
That was both of them together.
I believe I'd asked for the combined total, but no, that is for the Apple Hearts.
Say that number again.
$10,412.32. The A and B squads, that does not, to my knowledge, include the SROs or the bailiffs that help with that detail.
I think they need to sit down, we need to have a discussion about it. This is.
Now, providing there was no double time and a half rates for the holidays, which I believe there was some in there. Just holiday pay alone was $11,500.
11.5, you said?
11.419. Grant reimbursements. In July, August, and September coming out of overtime. This isn't for special events or anything, but it is the overtime. It's $5,545. That's the reimbursement from the grant controls.
Repeat that, please.
July, August, and September is $5,545.17.
Ready? Now you're looking at these figures for next year's, right?
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Don't you think we ought to sit down with some of these places that's bringing, a net, overtime to our county? We need to sit down, they need to help.
Something needs to be discussed.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's the manpower we had with and to 3 or 4 different stations that we had for road and traffic control. Minimum of 2 per place. Honestly, there were times I wasn't sure we were gonna have enough. But that's including having those posted up there, as well as having at least 2 roading throughout the ground at all times as well.
And that's not including your vandals.
I don't think that included sales of the SRA. I don't think he understood that I wanted them included at the time. I had him configured that number, but
Now, your 5,545, what was that for again?
what?
The 5,500, did you rent it in?
Yeah, 5,000.
Yeah, that's grant reimbursement. That's
Grant
Yeah,
reimbursement.
that's
okay.
patrol money that we get through, for the grants for speed patrols, DUI patrol, hazardous movement patrols.
Mhm.
So that's revenue?
Yeah, that also.
That's okay, that's making sure I understood.
Let me rephrase that. That comes back to my overtime budget, sir.
Yeah, that was actually included in the budget revision.
Okay. Good. Any questions? Okay.
I said, we'll have the other breakdown for the sheriff. Next meeting.
Got you got any questions about that sheriff's service and discussion?
No.
You don't need nothing to
Just
approve
a
that.
little report.
Okay, Parks and Rec pay difference, what this is, in the Parks and Rec meeting the other day, Cody brought up that, Jeff is gonna be making, was it 800 approximately dollars a month more than what Jimmy made? And they was wondering if the commission could pick that up, or do we have to put that on Parks and Rec? Which I mean,
$800 a year.
A year.
I think we can pick it up. I don't see an issue with that.
Currently, at the end of the year, we bill Parks and Recs $10,000 to cover Cody and Jimmy's pay, 10,000 for theirs.
So another 1,000, not one. So we'll just leave it at 10, right?
I think so.
What do you think? What do you think? Make a motion, Mark.
I'll make a motion that we just, take care of the pay difference and the Parks and Rec doesn't have to pay anymore.
Yeah, okay. I'll second that. It's 'cause they don't have a lot of money, they've got a little bit, they've got a lot. But like,
We've been trying to expand their programs, it's better.
they are, and it's hard, it's hard.
Okay, so these,
What's,
I just had a thought go in my head.
all right, we need to change the commission meeting here on, at Christmas time. I was told the other day I will not be here. It was set for the 23rd. Do you wanna move it back to a Monday night? Do you wanna, how do you wanna do this, guys? 22nd or 29th, what do you want?
we meet again on the 2nd. The first business day of the year.
Yeah, we
January
meet again,
2nd.
yeah, we meet again at 9 o'clock on this
Oh,
Friday.
same week.
That's on Friday, so we could move it back to the 22nd if you want.
Can you do that? Or you can't do it in
I
the
usually
evening?
got community youth.
Well, could we
I
move,
think that's
You
our,
wanna change the time and date then, or?
yeah, I mean, if we did it in the morning, I could do it. But I have an evening meeting with the kids.
well, I think I'm free, either one of those, but you
Just
said,
the employees would be able to be a part.
The 22nd?
Yeah, if we did it at 9.
Yeah, that's true. If you wanna go back,
Employee.
Employee, sorry, well,
you wanna go back to the eighteenth? I mean, we're gonna be meeting 2 weeks after that
Well,
again.
the 17th, we do our closing, we meet anyway, but
Yeah.
only two, you're gonna be for that, but.
Whatever you guys want, Oh, wait a minute, no, can't do it 18th through the day, it can't be through the day.
but if we did it 4:30,
I should be back,
It does help to have the 2 week gaps because of the bills.
it does.
you wanna do
Just do 22nd, do it in the morning.
Okay.
Okay.
Set the time.
8:30, I guess.
Okay,
22nd at 8:30.
I'll make a motion, we, move that meeting to the 22nd at 8:30.
I second it. Sorry, Wanda.
I learned ours, Joe.
Okay.
Okay,
22nd December.
yes, sir.
Yes.
8:30 in the morning.
Well, it's gonna be at 4:30, so we can do it at 8:30. Now, we are leaving the 9th then, as the 9th,
Yeah, the 9th stays the same, we're good.
okay, so there was some
Yeah,
discussion, okay,
I won't be here for
okay, okay. Cause the days are filling up.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Yes. Okay, let's move on down here to,
Now, these items were not posted on the agenda, but some of them because of the time sensitivity,
Yes.
such as changing the meeting date. This next thing is the courthouse luncheon, and the court schedule is very packed for December as well. The 19th was pretty much the only day we had available to do the luncheon.
when is it, the 19th?
The 19th is what we're asking, the VFW, I did confirm, we can use their facility. They do not do the food, we have to do our own food, which we're working on that. But if we could do the luncheon from 11:30, if we could close from 11:30 to 1:30, so all the employees can enjoy the luncheon together to allow all the offices, the fellowship together, I don't know where the air just went.
11:30 to what time?
The 1:30, because by the time they close the offices, they get over there, we stand in line, we eat, and then, getting everybody back over. So,
Are you asking for donations?
yes, I mean, because we're gonna go ahead and get some turkeys and then, we're gonna, as we normally charge employees, pay a couple bucks and then ask if the elected officials will pitch in on the rest. Hadn't asked yet.
I'll ask my wife, she should change the potatoes, a bowl, crock pot for them. She don't have a problem.
But like, I know this wasn't on the agenda, but if we wait till the 9th, it's too late to get a word out to everybody. And then,
I'm good with that.
So when we do next year's calendar, we need to make sure we get this on there, right?
yeah, they have,
It's all based on.
their calendar is packed, right, this month, between jury trials, motion days.
Okay, I'm good with that. That's
We
good.
have a motion to close the courthouse from 11:30 to 1:30 on December the 19th.
I'll second.
I agree. Okay, so let's go on down to discuss cost letters for corrections.
Well, this was something I mentioned before.
Everybody,
Yeah, I supplied a copy of this. This is where retirement contributions were not remitted to PERS on his behalf for the time period of 8/12 to 8/15. We had to submit, this started back in 2019 before COVID, and then during COVID, just got pushed to the back burner. So they've been doing a lot of cleanup at the retirement board, and this is one of them that's on that sheet there. Employer portion is 4,000, employee portion is 30.
on that, okay.
But this is not on the agenda for a motion because it wasn't on the agenda. So I mean, it'll be on the next commission meeting. So this is just discussion purposes,
Now, which-
information purposes.
Wait a minute here, I wanna see which one this is.
No,
Up at the top.
34 is what you want.
the next page here, completely.
Keep going down here. You and you're on this one.
No, I need to go this way.
No, I think you're looking at it. We'll still get it. Look under your calendar there.
Yeah, under your calendar. I got too much paper. Oh, I hear you, okay.
That's the courthouse letter. That's asking the closure from 11:30 to 12:30 on the 19th. And we'll get notices out to all the employees on that as well.
So,
As I made copies for you to look over, because it'll have to be on the next
we're
meeting.
gonna have
For
12,661.
34, look up in the bold.
Oh, I thought part of that was his, man. He got paid 34,000.
Unfortunately, like I told you, this is not the only employee that we have to take care of.
What caused this again?
When he was hired, he was told that he didn't qualify, that we couldn't withhold retirement and didn't qualify for retirement. Because Cam Jeffries was the prior pro officer, Cam Jeffries was a state trooper, and troopers they couldn't hold. When Shamball came in 2016, 17, it came about that yes, the pro officers should have had retirement help. So going back through 12 through 15, one of the requirements is that you have to work the full 12 months. So with the pro officers, they don't work the summer. So the summers that he didn't work a month or didn't get a check in July, he didn't qualify for those years. That's why out of those years, there's only two years and 5 months service credit.
Are we gonna get any reimbursement from the school system?
Well, now that we'd have to approach them. I don't know.
Cause they normally pay that.
They wouldn't have paid it.
I
Yeah.
think we need to approach him. Don't you?
So you're saying this is not the only employee?
No. The other one I mentioned to you was one we're looking into under farmland.
No, but
Yes. But I haven't done any investigating on that yet. The last 2 weeks went pretty fast.
I'm not,
Since the last meeting.
Next six will go
It
even
was like 3
faster.
days.
I'm not opposed to this, but I think we ought to check with the
Just a little
school.
more.
I definitely think we should.
Yeah, there's some other stuff we need to make up to too.
Okay.
Because, now being under civil service and there's no comp days accumulated for any SROs working law games and not being paid overtime for that. And the school board is wanting them there.
The school board needs to pay that though, correct? Or is that what you're saying?
We're going to approach it and ask for it.
Well, yeah.
Well, that's actually one of the things we need to do is get an MOU in place with the new cost schedule. That's probably something you, Candace, and the school board
And
needs to.
being
sit
that
down
they're
and
now under
decide.
civil service, I mean, what does the school board pay now?
Well, training, they pay for all the training for the SRO, but, and they'll pay the base pay of the salary. What they say that they would pay for the salary, they're gonna pay that portion. The county will absorb the difference, but that was to cover the summer months and so forth that they work. So, but then all of the equipment, they don't reimburse it because if you buy a gun, if the proctor has a gun, the school board, it doesn't belong to the school board, it belongs to the sheriff's department.
Yeah, I think we've always bought the equipment.
They've been reimbursing for it. They've been reimbursing for car repairs and everything under, they were using the fuel card at the Board of Ed. Now they're using the county card, so, it is a big difference.
We are getting reimbursed for vehicle repairs.
We were, but now,
Plenty to give them if they're.
with the fact that we do not have an MOU is something in question too, because when that switch came over before the school year, I said that needs to be spelled out. And such as the overtime for the school events.
It's not that we don't have an MOU, we have an MOU. We don't have an MOU that outlines all of these new items. The superintendent signs an MOU every year.
Yeah.
But these specific things need to be spelled out.
When are you available?
The employee interest.
And Miss Candace,
I was gonna ask what that.
and you. Cause you know, where's the minimum, I mean, it's not the same there for each one of those guys.
No.
Their salary.
But we gotta pay
Does that change?
his contribution, that's what his
Salary?
interest on his contribution is,
That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Doesn't
It's
seem
not
right.
changed over the years.
They're paying the base salary of what they
The base
And-
salary, yeah, the
that's
base
all right.
salary, what they said they would pay a pro officer, but once they became civil service, the pay rate increased. So when we invoice them, it'll just be the rate that they set.
So they're gonna pay the base salary of an entry level deputy.
No,
No.
the base salary they set,
Of an entry level teacher.
yes.
Yeah.
And they base it, they
Well,
have
that's good,
college.
that's upwards of 60 grand now, right?
No,
It's like 43,
46. It's like 46. But also they take into consideration if the pro officer has any degrees. So they actually cover more if the officer has a degree
We're gonna need you for that.
and years of service.
So
Why are
My
they,
calendar,
why are they hitting this up? I seen that one, road, there's so much, interest.
because it's about 10 years worth,
And then they're wanting us to cover the employee interest amount?
yeah. For the code section for.
What interest rate are they coming up with?
Correction of erroneous service.
I wonder what interest rate you're coming up with.
It's like a 401 earnings type thing. It's the interest that would have accrued if it was sitting in their investment is what they base that on. I don't know what their rate is, but that's what it would be is. Because if they would have already received that money, they would have put it into an investment and what it would have earned in that investment.
For 12 years? 10 years? That's not all that bad then. I think, well, it is, it's not that bad, but if you're going that long.
you didn't, would you be available to help with that? You didn't answer. You just give me that look. That look you're giving me.
I know you wanna do it like tomorrow, like the week after next or the week after that, we could sit down and talk about it. It's a school board, it's gonna be the problem. The MOU will be simple.
I was looking January, but
Oh, January.
Yeah.
told you there, didn't I?
I'm like trying to
Uh-huh.
get everything squared away.
Okay,
This next one is, it's just a copy of the EMS equipment you have. Last week, I made a copy of the check and then a copy of the email that we received back in August from the, state auditor's office giving us direction. So we did deposit it into general county because, when Luke came in, we talked about it and whether to set up yet another fund, and then if it's a one-time deal, we don't wanna have to set up a whole nother fund. So we'll just keep track of the expenses and Luke has all that.
Well, and what we'll do is Candace and I, next week, we're gonna sit down, we're gonna look at the letter that came with that. We'll build out the allocation table and bring that to you all at the next meeting for approval. And then the plan would be, well, I'm saying the plan, I think that's what Candace will wanna do, probably use a similar system to what we did for ARPA with the POs that'll come through. And the departments would not receive the money ahead of time, they'd have to buy it and be reimbursed. The letter absolutely says we are responsible for providing invoices with the report, and we are not gonna get invoices if not that anybody's crooked, that's not all I'm saying, but once they have the money, it's much harder to get an invoice back than if they need us to pay them.
Since it's an EMS, would it have to go through the, payments authority, or will this be?
No, it's the county commission's money.
So they can actually receive some funds out of this because it's a breakdown. Back in August when we initially got this, I think the first meeting we had this, the second meeting, you had more information on it about transport, non-transport, so.
I think 5% can go to the chase card. We have to look at the letter, and then the other 95% has to be equally divided amongst the licensed transporting 911 agencies.
Okay.
That's going to council, reach and agree.
Yes.
I mean, I guess technically you could disperse to the authority, but you're all responsible for all the reporting.
We did that, yeah.
And it has to be equally divided, it's not optional, they said exactly what.
And it has to be spent by,
December 31st, 2026.
yes,
The other administrators are saying it needs to be sent by October, because the report will also be due December
oh,
31st.
yes, that's what that's.
So, are you saying then we have to get their invoice? But if we wanted to divide it by 9, we can't do that, give it to the 9 different.
No, because they have to purchase equipment with it. It can't go to people, it can't go to recurring costs, it has to go to equipment. And we will have to provide an invoices for all of the expenditures to. I don't even know what agency administering, we have to look.
Okay.
I mean, like I said, we can send it out to them ahead of time, but we have to have documentation, so it's easier to reimburse from our end.
This will be on for the next meeting, but because it just came, I just went ahead and threw it on as it. Let's say.
Put it in a ring.
Candace has got all kinds of big projects laying on the line this week.
How much did you say can go towards your chase vehicle? 5%?
5%.
5%. That's $4,500 approximately.
Yeah, now I have to double check, don't like commit stuff, but I think it's 5%, yeah. But again, it has to be used on equipment, it can't be something that's not gonna recur, absolutely it has to be equipment, that's what it said.
Can they use that for equipment on special ops?
No, it has to be a licensed EMS transporting 911 response unit.
Well, the special ops is.
It's not a licensed unit. It has to have an EMS license.
It's gotta have
sticker
an
on the back.
EMS license.
Yeah, it's gotta have the OEMS license sticker on the back.
But can they, okay, I understand what you're saying. I was just trying to look at ways they can get stuff for their ambulances.
Well, I mean, they can buy whatever they want for their ambulance with it, and then, yeah.
Okay,
Well, the next item on here is not actually on your agenda, but something that needed to be discussed tonight. The governor's proclamation for tomorrow. I forgot to print that off, but you will have seen it.
glad you remembered.
I've sent it an email as well.
Yeah.
I forwarded it to you in an email as well.
Yeah.
I have had a lot of people ask me about it. I thought I wanted to get my laptop, and I got bounced about it immediately twice.
Text from me
I'm
tonight.
gonna ask Joel a question. I was told that the law deputies automatically gets this whether we do it or not.
In the state governor's office, I believe it is.
Because there's some.
Even though he says it specifically, local government's not included.
They, what I was told, law enforcement automatic, the deputies.
Didn't the Attorney General give Berkeley County an opinion on this?
Very vague, very, very vague opinion.
And I can't remember what it said.
Yeah.
But I was informed of that. And
I know there's something in statute. I'll have
That's
to
what I
look it
was
up.
told.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly which code that is.
I don't have, it's like they're overpaid.
It does say if the governor or the president declares a holiday, deputies are entitled to 1.5 times their normal pay for the holiday.
Yeah.
But where the question comes in
That's
is
if
what
they're
Dutch
registered
is
to work.
saying, is the governor's proclamations have exempted local government.
Yeah.
And that's what, it's a very gray area that.
That's
Correct
my,
me if I'm wrong, well, this is, if they are working a holiday, they're paid a time and a half, but if they're off on that scheduled day, it's just straight time for those hours.
Straight out, straight 8 hours.
8 hours, yeah. But you find out about it. Any way you can find out about that?
Well, you need to.
It's what he said.
It's tomorrow, so you have to make a decision.
No, I mean, future down the road.
It's
That's what I'm asking.
It's
Cause I'm not opposed to giving the people a hand.
it's stated in there that
I'm not.
the governor.
Yeah, the question just comes into the exemption when the governor says this is not applied for local governments, and that's kind of the only gray area, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think that what the Attorney General did was address the local exemption. He never specified that I read, so.
But I mean, Candace could have, well, you guys don't make a decision on this today, but Candace could have Charlie ask for, in more specific terms,
Yeah.
an official opinion, because they are entitled, but the exemption is what I wonder about.
And Charlie did, I already contacted him last time, and Charlie did, and they forwarded this same.
Oh.
Does
Okay,
it?
so they don't want to answer it. so-
Half a
We
day.
already have Thursday and Friday completely off.
Yeah.
It was just a half tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, I'm dating more after
I'm
that.
over.
You're 24/7.
Because you will never have to be here.
I move we give them tomorrow evening off. That's my opinion.
But what about the afternoon?
Good point, good point. It's not like you're overpaid.
I'll make a motion, I'll make a motion to approve the half day holiday.
I agree with that 100%. Okay, now what's this from Jill?
No, oh, that's just information. That's,
Yeah, Global got sold, I don't know that.
Oh, okay, I didn't read it all.
That's what we were
That
saying.
was the
that
IT
we'd already
thing.
discussed today.
Yeah. Okay. And then that, do we need a good thing or bad mention that?
And then we need
oh,
to,
it was just information.
we don't need to mention that.
No, just information.
Okay. Info. All right, the only thing I know now, I'm just gonna announce, we do have closing, USDA loan closing on the project December the 17th at 1 o'clock. It's gonna be here. Luke?
It is going to be here, yes.
I know, I didn't finish my sentence that
Yeah.
in the. I didn't finish my sentence.
Yeah.
Will that be on Zoom?
Oh, I see now what it's talking about. I didn't see
Well,
that.
then
I was sitting here, I was like, yeah, that's.
Graduate at 1 o'clock too.
I'll let you hang.
And,
Okay, I mean, I can, it's literally going to be them they literally sit in a line here
that's fine.
and they pass
The
it.
agenda,
No, it's good.
how she wrote that.
Agenda?
Yeah, look at the agenda. It doesn't say when. It says, where, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It says in the.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Apparently my brain stalled.
I've been getting a lot of that.
Apparently it was interrupted.
Okay, so I reckon we'll ask for the administrator's report. If there's nothing else, you don't have
Well, we
anything
need
else?
to go into,
Oh,
It won't take long.
okay, which would you prefer? So everybody can go?
Yeah, we can do your reports and that way kind of, is there gonna be action taken?
No,
Oh.
I got here for that. I just.
let's give the reports and then if people want to leave again, and I got something. We'll keep them on here anyway.
That would be me.
Okay, Luke, you have anything first?
I don't have any, I'm trying to sit here and be quiet. so
I
you
know,
guys
but it's
can
hard.
see that
It's hard. Candace, you can,
I don't,
you don't have,
no,
okay.
we've covered everything that I.
I know we've been covering the office this week, period, haven't you?
Yes.
All by our loans in here.
By ourselves. Okay, Jason?
Sorry, let me get here, am I on the right date, November 14th?
Yes, sir.
12th was the last meeting.
Okay, November 14th, went to the New Creek, Fire Department banquet. November 16th, there was a community, Thanksgiving prayer thing Sunday evening. November 17th, met with Rick Hildebrand. And I think I ended up sending him to the hospital after that meeting. Cause he left there, went straight to the hospital. Let's see, when was the, and no,
The 19th, you had the dinner for Cassandra and Jimmy.
yeah, the 19th was here for that, but, November 18th went to a town hall meeting from State College.
Yeah, I could do that.
Yeah, when was that meeting what date was that meeting in Frankfurt District? The 12th.
That was
And we are here today. That's all I have. Well, I spent 5 hours on the phone this morning talking to people about the Frankfurt. Yes, I don't know how many people called me.
I had a Parks and Rec meeting. I didn't go to New Creek banquet. I couldn't go. I was involved in something. Yeah, I attended that dinner for Cassandra and Jimmy. I had a Region 8 PSD meeting, a PDC meeting in Petersburg. I had a health department meeting and I had a blood bank down in Barnet.
They do get a lot of money.
Ready?
Put my page for you, sounds like you're.
I think it's deep breath.
Yeah.
So after last commission meeting, actually, all three of us were here for the
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that too.
That night, we were at Frankfurt PSD meeting, since then, there's been, like Jason said, numerous calls and messages.
Yes.
However, I think I've had a little different context of calls than what Jason has had. And then I've been in contact with the board and with their, CPA, with their accountant, and I've gotten some financial numbers and different things from, that I've been looking at, spending a lot of time looking at a lot of that stuff. November 15th, did adopt a highway cleanup along Route 28 and 956 with the Short Gap Lions Club. November the 18th, that's a town hall at Fleming State with Jason. So I was here for the luncheon for Cassandra and Jimmy. Also went to, on the 19th, went to the Allegheny and Mineral Chamber, had an after hours event at UPMC in Cumberland. I stopped in for that and talked to some people. That was actually a really good thing there. I'm hoping, talk to some of the people from Mineral County Chamber of Commerce. And I think they're going to try to get that back up and running again where they have after hour stuff and get a good turnout. November 20th, I was on Zoom with the Health Department Construction Update meeting. Did you mention that? You was on that too, wasn't you? The update. Construction, okay. November 22nd, Jason didn't mention this either. We went down to Frankfurt Middle School. They had a Mercy Outreach. Mercy Outreach, is that right?
Yeah, Mercy Outreach.
Mercy Outreach. Now that is really, Tim left. I wish he was here. He's the one who actually sent me the text that morning about it. They get donations of food and clothing. And they put a bunch of stuff out. They had 3 rooms filled up. The cafeteria and the lunch in the gym.
450 meals they gave out.
Yeah, they give out all this stuff, give it away, to people. Plus they had Santa Claus there and the Grinches there running around.
9 different churches.
Yeah, there's a lot of people involved in that. That is really, honestly, that was the first time I've heard of that, and that is really a good thing. They go all over the county. They're also looking, they try to go to different places each time. They do one in the fall, one in the spring. And then they're looking at maybe going into Romney next time. But anyway, then I was at the Frankfurt quarterfinal playoff game, for the football team. And that's all that I have.
And I just got a text. The Short Gap is over on 16th. So
When is the state championship game?
It is gonna be the 6th.
December?
Yes.
That's something we can discuss here.
They will play at noon if they make it that far. They gotta win this weekend, so.
Bring it up to you guys, but if they do win this weekend and go down, I'd like to send 2 of our guys down with them.
I got a bunch of stuff going on. I'm gonna try to go, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to or not.
you mean for law enforcement? Do they need it? I don't know. I'm just.
I don't know, I wouldn't say exactly, I mean, you never know. Something, you never know when they may need it, but that should support for the state, or for the 2nd year in a row. And state champions.
So you're talking about overnight and everything.
2 guys down, spend overnight.
But that's the decision we can't make in this meeting, so it's just being brought up, or can we?
When's the game?
It should be the 6th. There we go.
How much are you looking at? Overtime and, cause that's 2 days of overtime.
2 guys, 2 days of overtime. Technically,
2 rooms each, $1,000. That's just another thing. You're probably up there a good 1,500-1,600 or
you're not gonna have a full day of overtime going down there. I mean, really, what are you doing the day of going down?
Now, they won't charge us time there at the motel.
No, they can, right?
It'd be travel time down, time during the game, and time traveling back.
12 hours roughly.
20.
Can we make a decision since it's not been on the agenda? I don't think we can.
Well, we're not gonna meet again between now and
I
then.
know.
I mean, technically, the decision is his, because it's in his budget, but what he's asking is, at some point, he's gonna say,
The commission approved it.
because it's technically his decision, but it's,
Cost.
Money for overtime.
Well, yeah. So I mean, technically, you could make the decision today, because you're not making a decision, but.
Well, I told you, I mean, things like this, it's not really a scheduled workday, but something, I think it shows pretty good support for our school.
It does.
Would that be your two pro?
Now, that's just for the championship game, correct?
Yes, just for that, if they win Friday,
If they win Friday.
if they win Friday.
Well, that's your decision, and your budget. Okay, we don't have anything else for money?
I was trying to, tell, not.
No, I
could switch.
So again, this is just something I'm letting you guys know, that's
Yeah.
something I thought would be a good idea.
I think it.
I'm letting you know, that way 2 more weeks from now.
One of the things that I've been hearing a lot, not necessarily from Kaiser, but
I've
heard from
pre-authorization
Petersburg,
debit form for the building.
Hampshire County,
Nothing else.
Fix Teams is getting. It's not just, we don't have any other thing. Have you heard that?
The way I look at it, it's been rough. It depends
No,
on which
no, I don't
schools
mean
they are.
just attacking somebody, I'm talking
Yeah.
about the aftermath.
Yeah.
It's getting bad. I know I got a niece that's on Petersburg, one of Petersburg's speakers, she's taking, it's unreal.
What they.
Real quick,
Attitude.
I forgot, under the building improvement, USDA has to have us, for our building payment, they require that our payment be pre-debited every month. They don't, we can't send a check, can't do a payment book, they pre-debit it. Lauren and I already talked about it last week, but the commission president has to sign this form that says the USDA is allowed to do that. So can you all approve this to be signed?
I make a motion, the president sign the pre-debit payments from the USDA loan.
Exactly, that's not right there.
We need a second. for that.
Well, we gotta do it.
Just tell them to say second.
I'll get with you in just a minute. Great, great,
And Roger, did you second?
That's just second.
Yeah. Let's see, the dates, the.
11/25/25. And just one thing with my office, we're working on the records preservation grant. I had somebody start yesterday scanning the plats. So that was the other half of the project. Yeah. Got it down.
We're going into executive session. I'm gonna give this to Greg 40 minutes.
Liz, are you gonna come in the paper about that, you meeting with?
Oh, yeah, definitely. And who has the list of speakers that I can get a couple names?
It's not in stock. Which is. You got.
And then here's some.
Make a motion out of executive session and I'll second.
These were already paid, these were the salary reimbursements that we do every month.
Okay.
So that's why they already paid, and the rest of these are just a stack of those you can pick from.
Boy, did Michael give these, Michael Stein or?
They're there.
Or-
I made copies for everybody, so. 3 different documents.
And Jennifer.
Oh, I see it now. Thank you.
I don't remember you telling her. I honestly don't. I'm not saying she's wrong. I'm
I don't know whose agenda that was, it's later than it's right. Is that
I think
yours?
that's wrong.
That's wrong. That's mine. I haven't done the one mention. That's wrong. I don't think that.
Oh, and Royal
Okay.
Air sent a Christmas card, and that their customer appreciation is December the 6th, 11 to 3, which you've probably seen on their sign. So you can read that and pass it down.
All right, so while we're looking over these, you wanna discuss?
Well, like I explained in, the applications, there was an issue with one of the applicants due to failure to disclose certain information on the application. Leaving us with 4. We do have one position vacant, which has been vacant for now 2 years almost. Where we had additionally looked into possibly being able to hire 3 before and create positions, and then went back when we were unable to fill the slots. I'm asking that we possibly open up 2 more positions, give me 3 vacant positions for sheriff's department.
That'll be under the next one.
You on the agenda here? Not on the agenda?
The manpower.
Our applicants, wouldn't it? It's, let me see.
Sorry, we gotta share the
More crowd up here. Date on that? Yeah. And the applicant's part.
You know, we never finished the discussion on animal authority. That's very. We were supposed to finish that discussion.
Yes, we did, not at all. We're still down.
But I don't know if we need to put that on the agenda then. No.
What is this,
All right, so let's go back to Joel. Joel's asking for basically 2 more positions.
Yeah, well, the promotions and slots and vacancies that were not backfilled, we technically have 3 vacancies within the department. We have vacancy of Hotchkiss that was never backfilled, and he was promoted to move to court security supervisor. Lieutenant Reel. He was promoted, opened up a vacancy for
you get down to that, sure.
the sergeant, which Nick Wilson was then promoted to sergeant, which left another vacancy within the field crew, plus the current one going over. With the applications that we have, before I start scheduling $500 polygraphs and $900 psychological exams.
You have the applicants that can fill those positions.
It looks like it. It looks like we've got 4 good applicants. So hopefully the 3 out of those 4 are going to be able to fit the bill, and
That's a lot. I did.
First 3 to 2 5.
No,
I think we now, like, what was this payroll?
I never noticed it. Road like that, fine, guess it could have been fine swamp road.
No, that's not on one salaries.
I know what that is. Okay.
those are the salary reimbursements for July, August, and September.
Okay.
Well, we did July, August, and September, and October for 911 and AVAL, but we only did July, August, and September for community corrections until they get some more revenue in.
Okay. Somebody what?
Look in front of it. PR.
Payroll.
Payroll, oh, I thought it was Parks and Rec. I was used to that. Used to Parks and Rec, you.
I don't know, guys, what do you wanna do about what Joel's wanting? Sorry, we're done, trying to
That's something.
multitask here.
I haven't ignored you, I think.
Well, yeah, our concern, my concern is the budget and money. And having more employees. Of course, you take these in and it really won't affect this year's budget too much. Half a year, depending on when they start.
with that breakdown,
When's next again?
I believe it's in January.
Does it cost us?
Put it all into.
Oh, yes.
the instructor.
It's Academy $3,000 or $4,000.
I thought it was like
1,500.
15, I thought it was more than that. But maybe that's what we figured with the travel and everything. It might have been that. I'm not sure. I heard one time what we figured and I can't remember.
With the way the squads are broken down now, if you have one guy that will call off, and you got one guy that's either cover half the shift on time and a half, or call one out to cover the entire 11 a quarter. That's still 11 and a quarter.
yes.
11 and a
Take it
quarter.
off.
But adding 3, you're adding one more person to each squad, as well as having a floater. Regardless whether you have one call off or 2 per squad, you still have that coverage for you to have the one guy there, or move your floater over and cover the field.
And you think that will cut down on overtime?
I don't see how it would.
But,
Because then you're taking that overtime that the guys are having to work due to the lack of the manpower thing.
well. The thing that concerns me, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm gonna be very honest with you, because we gotta look at the money. But if we approve that, and the overtime stays where it's at, we're hurting.
I don't see how it would.
That's what concerns me.
The vacancies is what's creating the open.
Yeah, well.
I mean, outside
Yeah,
of,
I agree.
outside of your event stuff and stuff like that, I mean,
And those
there's a
events,
lot of overtime that's come out of my overtime budget currently. It's funneling back in. The grant money and, the overtime. That's a good portion of
when
that
it comes to
overtime.
these events, I know that Beach Festival once,
That one was minimal.
it was very minimal, yes, but,
There's a lot of guys working that, bales, so.
Well,
but the apple harvest was killing us.
apple harvest they did, the Peach Festival, I think there was only a couple of the bales that worked that, and the guys that were actually there from the department were
Rural shift.
on shift,
Yeah.
so that saved, that one wasn't planned too well.
That you gave the Beach Festival $8,000 before they even had overtime on that. So.
Yeah, that there's,
And if they would have just went to Fort Ashby and offered a donation to that department, they would have had 25 guys down there go parking for them.
And that would take care of all the problems down on 28 and everything. Yeah.
You wouldn't have had to assign guys to it, you could have had guys on shift that was in close vicinity to it.
Complete.
Yeah, the first one, she didn't have the right numbers on.
Well, I'd be okay with it. It's just that if we go into it just with budget, when we start that process here in a couple months, your department's gonna be the first one that gets hit.
Not civil service, you have to have good reason for civil service.
We need the money.
Well, you wouldn't necessarily cut the funding there, you could cut it in other places, which I do now. I get that.
Oh, sorry, just catching what you said, Lauren. So once we do that, we
A
can't,
civil service employee is not an at-will employee,
okay.
and you have to have good cause and there's more involved if you're gonna go in civil service.
Basically, you couldn't cut that position or lay them off, you would
Once you-
have to cut
once you
other
create
areas
it.
within my budget that would get hit.
But if the person, do we have to fill that position once it's there? Like, if say that person left or whatever, do you have to fill it then? But you can't cut it.
well, didn't, what's his name get laid off down in one of the southern counties?
Yeah, Yonker.
Yonker? He got laid off.
He got laid off from Nicholas County
Yeah,
for budget reasons.
for budget reasons, yeah.
How they do that, huh?
I don't know, but he did,
And it goes. Gotta go through civil service, your code, and
But can they do that?
I don't know, I mean,
He did.
get attorneys involved with that.
That's why they're up here. I think one of the reasons. anyway.
We get about, what, 90,000 in a new deputy,
What'd you say?
80 or 90,000 in a new deputy. By the time you have their 75 with their salary and benefits, then you add in their uniform and training.
Uniform training and stuff. So for the first year.
There's your time sheet, September, October, and November.
Jeez. So the toxicology, that comes out of probation or with them? That come out of general department,
Community corrections.
community correction.
Not being accepted from Joe, but we've also got to set data for how you're assisting interviews.
Oh, yeah.
You should have approved the, when you did the maintenance position, should have advertised for the administrative assistant too.
Was that for?
One right there, you
Yeah.
can sign.
She can do it, she doesn't have enough time during the day to get, she can come up here and have today, right now.
Even though it's been posted, the administrative assistant.
Yeah, it's been posted. It comes down, Friday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
All we needed.
Yeah. I was confused for a minute. I was like, oh no. Yeah, it did.
Well,
It's posted.
you can work that into one of your other days, you're doing what day is the work session? With Tucker County?
The 10th?
No, that's after that. We don't meet again before the next one.
We need to get this in pretty quickly, shouldn't we? We really do.
It's really, yeah. It would be
Helpful,
helpful.
you did a wonderful job.
She did, and I've found out that being here alone this week, there's actually a lot of calls. I'm surprised at the amount of calls, and it's not real difficult things, but it's people that need
I
answers,
just want to say.
just certain things, so.
Or knowing which office to send the calls to. And she would call me like, is this your office? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's see here.
That would be next week, and I didn't know that for.
So we can have a work session once we narrow it down to who we want to interview. But if everyone doesn't have time.
What day was we going to? What about the EMS fees? Will we meet with them at 2:00? Could we do that on the 10th? I know that's a week and a half out. I'm sorry.
I can schedule one of you.
I can do it earlier myself, as long as it's through the day, myself. I don't know if Jason does schedule.
I would be fine if it's through the day next week. My evenings
So
are,
next week, we would be, because I have to allow it to be posted through Friday, and then
yeah,
I can still, I think I can technically still
Yeah.
schedule one.
We need to get
But
somebody.
what day did you just say, Roger?
Well, either day, I don't really care, to be honest with you.
But we have to have 3 days, right? Lauren, if we do a work schedule?
She's looking at doing one of the days you already had,
Oh,
the 9th or 10th, or Dutch isn't here the 9th, the 10th.
It's the 10th.
that would be fine with me. We wanna do it around
You don't do it around the meeting with Tucker County?
yeah,
Okay.
that'd be fine.
Tucker County is coming, at 2:00. Could we do it started in the morning?
No, the rooms, what's going on that morning, something's.
we have
Mineral County days.
It's at noon time. That's what I say, if we could do it in the morning. Why don't they start, what's a good time to start? 9:00?
You can start them anytime.
How many you want to do?
Right now I have 7 people, but I don't necessarily have to interview that many. Those are just my recommendations.
If you,
I can narrow down more. What would you like me to, like 3 or 4 candidates?
we could do the 7 if it, given, it don't take us 15 minutes. We could do the 7. We could start at 9:00.
Okay.
If that's already.
We'll do something in this room though, right?
At
noon.
Or At noon, okay. So in the morning we can do it, okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna post a work session on the 10th at 9 AM for interviews, and then a work session at 2 PM with Tucker County.
Yeah,
Oh, we gotta meet work session. Interviews.
Put this in my calendar. No calendar.
Interviews at 10 o'clock on the 10th, right? That's not too far out for you, is it?
We said 9
Or 9 o'clock, I'm sorry.
No, I'll reach out to individuals and so that they know that it's going to happen.
interviews.
Like I won't wait. I'll probably start Monday, contacting people for interviews.
Let's,
I'm gonna check with my people. I think it should all work. I haven't really thinking around. All right, did we make a decision for Joel?
Nope. I was thinking I'll just look for a leave or something.
whatever you guys wanna do.
I'll third to you, Jason.
You being a first year guy, so I honestly don't know. I know when these guys get ready to retire, we're gonna be hurting, but fill spots. So right now in the budget, you're only budgeted for one more, right?
So we're looking at roughly another 160 grand per year for two more people.
What is, what's the total of everything else out of their salaries? I mean, like, if they get through the uniforms we have everywhere, what we went through years past, it's pretty much, there's two that have to deal with now, when that's just everything else. Yeah.
And JJ has all those numbers. JJ has all those numbers.
I think two, just like.
Right.
I'm certain court started early.
Early start, heavy circuit court this. Oh, I forgot to tell
early.
I was at Tony's Bears unit too. Oh, I was.
I didn't make it.
Are you talking about the bailiffs?
Yeah, I forgot. There's things, I've been so busy, when I get home, I forget it. This stinking phone, I'm gonna do with this phone, I'm getting ready to do with what I did here about a month ago.
Hey, this morning at 8 o'clock,
Tell me.
spam calls started calling. I have had 20 spam calls on this today.
It's nothing for us to do 15 and 16 a day on the
But
house.
it's usually on my cell phone.
I know, just on the house phone, we'll get 15 or 16 a day.
And it goes back and forth, one day it'll be calls, the next day it'll be emails.
I haven't got any emails yet.
Oh, I guess.
17 since we started this meeting.
Are there any way they can put a stop to that?
I got 5,000 in my email in here.
But, I know there was things I forgot to write down. If I'd write down my phone conversations I've had, it stopped out places. It stopped any.
Well, I don't go to Walmart anymore.
So I get.
September?
I bet you guys already thought that, but.
When did you schedule that work session for?
The
Next week? Next week.
the week after. For the Suffolk County.
That's for raise money for the EMS.
In that works session, if we have time, can we discuss the ambulance authority too?
Or what?
The ambulance authority
Good. When?
during that work session, if
Oh,
we get through the interview.
Yeah. I would do that.
That would be a,
Yeah.
they call, whenever we go into that room,
Executive.
executive session.
The petitions, you want me to scan them and send them to you?
What is it?
The petition that was presented tonight, with all the signatures.
Oh.
You want it scanned, it sent to you?
Yeah, I guess.
We have,
I don't know whatever the dates you did, I think that. In December, about open for second. All right. Well, there. Laura's fault, she had to bring all the people in to talk today. I pretty much blame her for everything today, and I blamed her for being late, but it was my fault, she was late. All right, sir, thank you. Goodbye.
I was doing so well, I got my minutes done at 2 o'clock, I'm like, oh, I get this done, and at 4 o'clock, I had everything ready, except that coffee was she mentioned.
Right.
And then 30 minutes just went.
Oh, I know, that's, I know. Agreed.
And this chair come from.
Luke grabbed it.
I think Luke brought it over from our office.
Oh, from your office, okay.
Does it stay up in the air?
Cause it's gonna swap you out.
Hey, how comfortable is that one?
Sometimes.
Or these all sink down?
Yeah, it does after a while.
Okay. Like my toilet's higher than this.
Oh, I did text most of the, all the elected officials, department heads under. You let all the people know?
That's for tomorrow, correct?
Yes, tomorrow.
I was gonna ask who.
Nobody responded.
No, it wasn't.
So you need to let your maintenance people, custodians. Where's Mark? Yeah, she's not the author. But then she can adjust her time.
Well, here's what I was saying, this out here.
I just looked for his. I missed them.
He was took the bed. The oldest do for, Johnny.
Yeah, he didn't have it in the jacket, but you guys can just initial the bottom of it there.
Yeah.
Just initial
I
this.
looked at it and I didn't initial that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, all of the same. Same deal.
There you go.
Yes, and she contacted the state, I thought she maybe just spoke to one of you. She could only go 2 years back.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know how to use any leave because according to.
This is because of homestead exemptions.
Yeah.
First there.
Well, the first ones are regular ones, and then you get into the multi ones.
Okay, all right, this one. Oh, so this all plus.
It wasn't.
It bothers me a little bit. You know?
Yeah. I only see one person in here, maybe it's in the other one, for the chase vehicle.
I seen Craig in there.
That's all I've seen.
I never seen.
I didn't see Lauren.
Close to him.
Yeah, Lauren and Craig and
I seen Hayes.
I haven't seen time for Christine or Josh.
I didn't see Lauren in this one, but.
I didn't even, Jordan Hayes was in there.
So
There's one too.
this person paid taxes on a vehicle in Mineral County, but also paid in Emerald County,
Where they live at?
which the DL Peterson Trust is in Post PO Box, Baltimore.
That's 5 years ago. Well, almost about 4 years ago.
Yeah, but she said, what did you just tell me?
The state said they go back 2 years in the other circumstance, I think, I don't know if it's that one or the one
Did
further.
they change it? It used to be 1 year.
No, this was something else that she wanted to go back on the.
I'll tell you one thing. They run a business. Did you say they had a business?
Please cancel back tax on Cabin One per conversation with state official. So that's on that. So this is different.
Yes, I'll sign your time sheet on that.
Farm research business, the 2019 rate roadmaster was not on tax bills 21 through 24. Bills were created November 18th. Business contacted office.
It's kind of funny because.
Reported the prior person did not know the vehicle was taxed in Pendleton County. And the DMV did not give a pay on it. Could be information.
What do you wanna do about that?
Say that again, it's fine.
I don't
know.
Who's skirting around? I thought he'd just like leave.
That she had on top, the one paper she had.
Well, you put it on the agenda.
No, it was the big point.
Or for the next meeting.
So she might have. to-
Well, yeah, but we can,
We don't actually send
it's on
out.
kind of on the agenda, it's on the agenda today, really the applicants. As far as,
Just spell it that way. Oh,
So the decision is.
And I don't, and that's why I was like, oh, that's.
Interview board people.
I'll tell you, if the overtime, I'm gonna tell you something. I don't have the overtime. I was looking at them. How much did JJ get last pay?
Oh, it was.
Yeah, cause Candace.
If it didn't add, he got some. This is what I'm saying.
Candace.
I understand that, but you gotta understand what I'm saying. If he is out on shift and we have somebody to call back, he rather than calling somebody up to work and hire them for a shift. Or 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah, yeah. And trust me, they like to spell it different.
Okay, how about that time and a half on his pay versus calling another deputy up there? Be.
how about this? What if we approve going ahead and testing and going through that process for all your applicants?
Okay.
And then we'll make a decision, definite decision on the personnel thing.
I would think psychological examination was scheduled for mid-December, and I've got the schedule there. I can't call them up the day before scheduled, but I have to schedule it.
I'm okay with that.
Or you can go ahead and schedule them.
They're like, they're allowed each.
If you schedule them and then we decide at the next meeting not to do it, they're canceled.
And also then, it's also in your budget for when hiring people, right? The $900 and then like that.
Cheaper, but we have to have it harder to do it. Okay. Right.
No,
I think somebody was offering a service, but I was thinking they were like,
they
4 hours away.
used ones,
I think it's like
But
4 or
then-
5 hours away.
yeah, but didn't. Have to go. I think they have to go.
See, there's what I was talking about. 42 hours overtime. And he's supposed to be administrator.
Got one on right here. Place where that came from.
That's
Oh, yeah.
23 hours overtime. There's been 38 hours overtime. No, I'm wrong. Straight. 30 hours.
Okay, now hold up,
That's what.
hold up. You got 20 some hours of that is alcohol.
Oh, well, that could be, yeah.
You got,
How many days you sit down that?
Give me that one back.
you got 21 and a half hours of alcohol, and then you have We got 8 hours, where they went through their rifle training, and they had to do their firearm certifications. Got 3.5 hours where the government was here to visit. 2 hours was assisting KPD covering reference pursuit. So it's not all,
No, I didn't realize alcohol was in that.
but, you know. Like, if you've got the manpower to fill the vacancies and you have the manpower to cover a shift where somebody's calling off, you're paying a person their standard shift rather than having to pay extra in overtime to have somebody cover either half, or one cover half of the shift, the other half cover the other.
You done this?
Yeah, that goes.
But no,
But I would do that.
that's what you want.
When is that meeting?
At night,
So,
night,
October meeting.
the regular meeting at 8:30, and then with the work session on the
And I
Cumberland County
took
Commission.
all the, stuff with me. Like, I didn't know when I all my stuff. But I said I come back tomorrow to pay
Or
this.
December the 8th.
No, at
Can't
night.
conclude that I did something.
At least let me sign on something.
So, commission meeting on the ninth. What time is it?
8:30.
We started 8:30 tonight. We're still here.
Yeah, really. Roger, I'm gonna go ahead and have you sign. Normally I don't sign something I'm recording in my office, but since it needs notarized. You wanna go ahead and sign those 2 leases for Mr. Margaret, I'll notarize.
Where do you want me to, right
Up
here?
here, up here.
Up here? Well, I didn't even see that. I was looking at that.
That's okay.
Oh, yeah, okay. I know what you're talking about.
Alright. I'll get that. And by then, I'll be able to tell you a little bit more about.
Get that, we get her the information, get that
I
organization.
prefer the crayons. I did it in
Okay.
crayon. And it's like it. I can get her to help me with that. If she can figure out what I have scribbled on paper, then
Okay.
you still open to do that? You're-
Oh, yeah, sure.
Thank you. I'm allowed to leave now, that.
Yes, sir. So what you want to do?
You go throw something at me.
Nope.
So that's on the
Like,
next,
get me out of here.
so that's on the next agenda, and just what, how you want it? Additional personnel, additional manpower?
And that's only, great, nice.
Yeah.
What,
X-ray thing.
yeah.
Might be something to prove his names, but then.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah.
Hey.
See you later.
You'll see you, Joel. Have a good Thanksgiving.
It'd be nice when we do it all the planning. Maybe you guys, you don't know, we do.
I don't understand these exonerations, and they're going back years.
I'm opposed to signing. Well, Doc always said, and I'm going by what he said, whenever looked it up, he said it's every year old, we don't have to approve it.
I don't understand, one says first
Is that right,
conversation.
Lauren? You remember him saying that?
Well, this is something she actually communicated with the state tax department.
Well, I don't even understand what it says here. Per conversation with state official, only going back tax 2 years. But there's here for 5 years. And then there's another one here for, somebody. For a FAR, taxpayer error, bill is created based on VIN. Taxpayer had wrong VIN listed.
You know,
And it's for, there's, here,
sign, that's supposed to be, but I need to put it on policy.
there's 20, 21, 22,
Hey, Lauren,
23.
we pull this out, put it on hold. We looked at this. There's.
As long as you guys went
You
through
have,
it.
we did. Jason needs to look at that.
I'm still going through.
What do you think about this?
I would like to hear some explanations before we exonerate them. My opinion.
Be there. Well, I don't mind that one. That's 24, 25,
I'm throwing it in.
26.
I think she needs to.
Yes.
That's $655. On 6. That's
She
That's
explained it,
2
part of it
years.
to me, but I don't
There's
feel
one,
comfortable
3
that I can
years.
But
explain.
yeah, we need to hear.
Back,
There's 3 years. There's 4 years. That the same person? I think I gotta say, they're not very good to take care of their business.
Hey, Joe, we're here at the commission meeting and they're looking over the exoneration plans. Yeah, can I put you on speaker and we'll explain it to them? Okay, hold on.
5 years old.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did we wake you up, Jill?
Okay, can you explain the one for Wayne Skipper?
So that property, we found, there was a lock gate when the appraisers went there. And we looked on the aerial and we saw some buildings there. And I went back and looked at previous aerial views and the buildings have been there for quite a while. So I made back taxes on them. And then I was talking to the state about some other issues and I talked to them and they told me I was being too harsh. Back tax for 5 years, that I should only do 2 years. That 5 years was too much to do. So that's why I exonerated those. I sent the bills to the Skippers and Beth said that they called yesterday concerned about back tax bills. And she explained to them why we did it because they had never gotten a building permit and we were not able to get onto the property, but we saw on the aerial, that's why we were back taxing them, that we could actually go back 5 years, but we only did 2 years and they will be taxed on it from now on. They're telling us now that they're just carports that were enclosed, but the aerial view makes it look more like a actual building. So they're going to be coming in next week to talk to me about the situation. But bills are, as far as I'm concerned, stand that what I said.
Okay, but if we exonerate these, or is there other bills for them to get, or?
They have, I think it's a total of $1,300 in back tax that they're gonna have to pay that I sent them.
Okay.
And then I told them in the letter that the buildings will be on their real estate bill from now on, starting for tax year 26.
Okay. And then what about this Garrett Smith with this Mustang?
Let me think. I think he had come in, gave him the wrong VIN number for a supplemental bill. They had to take it off and then charge him for the correct bill, for the correct vehicle.
Okay, so the 65 Mustang isn't the right vehicle.
Right.
So it just exonerated it, but there's another bill to compensate for that.
Yes.
Now, have they already paid these bills?
For who, the Skippers?
Both of them, Smith and Skipper.
The Skipper has not. They, got them in the mail, I guess, yesterday. And I don't know about the Garrett. I don't know if he paid his yet or not.
Okay. All right, that's your two, isn't it? Just those two.
I think just the two.
Okay.
Just Skipper and Smith. He and Pearson Trust, I think that's legit.
Yeah, that one with D.L. Peterson, it's a trust. Looks like they got taxed in Pendleton County as well.
Yes, they turned it in to us. And then they called back later and said, well, then we shouldn't be billing them. And Dawn said, but you turned it in to us. And they said, well, it should have went to Pendleton County. She said, well, then why did you call and have us make the bills if it was in Pendleton County? So the bills are there in Pendleton County too, so it would be a double tax, and we couldn't do that.
Okay,
Where's the vehicle? Is that a vehicle there, that Ram?
yeah.
Where is it? Where do they live at?
Who's that?
It's at DL Trust.
DL Trust.
Yeah,
Oh,
DL.
it's a leased vehicle.
Do they live in New Creek, though, right?
Apparently,
It says here in District 6, New Creek District.
that's what they turned it in as, is New Creek District, but these vehicles actually in Pendleton County.
Oh, it is up there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right,
All righty.
all right, thanks, Jill.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank
You
you.
too.
You too.
Okay.
So we'll get a half day tomorrow.
Yes,
Do you want me to sign these?
I did that when you guys were in executive session.
You want me to sign these?
Yes, sir. Well, I mean, that's up to them. They haven't made a motion yet.
That's what I mean. That's why I'm waiting.
Make a motion to approve the exonerations.
I second it.
Approve that also.
Make a motion to approve accounts payable.
I second it.
Approve that.
And that's with purchase orders.
With purchase orders.
Second that.
Please.
Make a motion to approve the estates.
I'll second that.
And I approve that also.
I don't think I got to look at them yet. The estates.
There's not that much there.
You guys, see where the conferences are coming up?
The what? Oh, yeah.
County, are you gonna go to that? West Virginia County Association?
You mean out in Austin?
Charleston, yeah.
That's in February, isn't it?
There's one in January too, the
I'm not going to both of them.
County Commission Association in January.
January, and then the other one is.
Yes, we're gonna start scheduling for review and all that kind of stuff we have to watch.
Of counties.
Yeah, Association
Association.
of Counties.
Are you going to the one Association of Counties one in February?
It's always hard because it's board review time and budget time, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually if I go, I drive down for the day, attend all the meetings and come back.
Now, wasn't that other dates that we were supposed to discuss today? When do we
Board
were,
review and equalization. We'll set those in December.
Meeting.
We sent dates to the state of possible dates for minerals, and that's what they were needing.
okay. Just wanna make sure, so on the 10th, we will at least, we'll do the interviews. We'll have county, Mineral County Day meeting, and then we have 1 o'clock meeting,
2 o'clock.
2 o'clock meeting.
I'm tired of all that week,
Yeah,
day and night. Not all day, but every night. I got something going on every night.
I believe you.
You going to Fort Ashby work?
For the, Foxy Fest?
Yeah.
She told me I can come, but she didn't really need me. But I'll show up and help take out trash and stuff.
You ever
What's
been
that?
there?
Frosty
Frosty
Fest.
Fest.
Are you dressed in the same?
Oh, yeah.
Tomorrow.
No, it's over, so, it's,
The 12th, 13th, and.
yeah, it's that weekend. Thursday, Friday,
12,
Saturday.
13, 11, 12, 13.
Yes.
Probably because I didn't want to.
I may see about getting a replacement for Friday and come over here for the parade.
Yeah, there's the parade on Friday. Oh, I can't Friday night because I have the Christmas party for the high school Christian club. Thank you.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't think she won't get many people over Friday.
so on the 10th, when we do the interviews, if we have time, then we'll have an executive session on the ambulance authority. Right?
And I'll post that on the.
That's, you mean to meet with, Tucker?
No, that's, Tucker is, in the afternoon. Either way, we can.
Oh, we're gonna meet with him starting to do?
No, we need to discuss some.
Oh, we need to discuss that.
Yes.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about
The
there.
executive session from the last meeting.
So either way, if we don't get it done before the
You
interview,
don't add a whole lot to my mind. There's too much going on in
Lauren, can we do it if we don't get it done during the interviews, can we do it after the Tucker County?
Yeah, you want me to put it on both agendas,
Yeah.
and that way,
sometimes the interviews go longer than what we think.
Oh, you're
I don't know if it's because we had discussion interviews, but.
Yeah.
on Facebook,
Last week and then.
Thank you,
last night,
thank you, thank you, thank you.
and everything, I don't know if the algorithm or what, but all of it was on
Oh, yeah.
how to process a meeting. And this lady was talking about, these are the questions you ask, and I'm like, it's all because we've all been talking about it, and Siri here.
Getting a lot of like updates, like by interviews. that we
Yeah.
talked about.
Yeah.
You send us all 7 candidates. See, I don't think it will open.
It took me a while I had to open up another county commission account
Maybe
for
better if
my.
I added them just as an email, you may just attach them to an email, and that way you can just open them up.
I've had to.
I'm fine, I can have them there.
Okay.
I got mine figured out now. Sometimes I might have to send a request. Back to you, but
Administrative assistant, no.
yours is
What
going.
did you send that? You recall?
I saw one this morning with
This
the
morning.
updated list.
Sometimes when you email,
That
it
was
goes
one-
in the corner.
Oh, you sent them this morning,
Yeah.
It's been a long day. I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
February the 24th. You know, today's the 25th.
Some of your stuff goes in the quarantine.
Today was,
Yeah,
we sure it wasn't at 154?
it probably was, but
Yeah, 154
it's
today.
just, it's been long, so.
See, I couldn't get them all opened up,
Here's another one of yours that went in the
but
corner.
your entire message,
That's the part I don't understand.
was it?
We were forbidden in the ministry to use anything Google and stuff, so all these slots were put on, so it took a while
Sure.
to open up our things. Anyway, so Candace would go with us to the county commission negotiation.
Okay.
Meetings, like for training, for that, for her.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a date on that as well?
I think that'd be good to know some of these people down there. Or through the county, or through the state, I mean.
Did you look these?
No, we already recruited them, so. We already, it's a long bit.
Well, I'm trying to get that, it will not open.
Are we going to adjourn the meeting?
Make a motion, we adjourn the meeting. Or you made the motion, didn't you? Did you?
I'll make it.
Okay, go ahead.
Make a motion, we adjourn the meeting.
I'll second.
It's from Megan James, the county commissioner.